Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and we're going to try to make up for our, admittedly poor last draft of Core Set 2020. I've been getting rocked in this format. I have not been doing very well in my initial events. I did okay in Sealed when pre-release happened, but outside of that, nothing to really brag about. I do find that white and red are pretty poor in this format, and the Sultai colors are great. I think I mentioned that in the last video, but I've also been drafting basically only on Arena, so I haven't really gotten to do a lot of in-person drafts, or at least not as many as I'd like, so I still don't have a feel for a lot of what this set is doing. Normally by this point I'd have a lot of experience, but I just don't here, so we're going to run it back. I thought our deck was pretty sweet last time, but I don't know, really just lacked a way to push in there. It was a Teamer Elemental deck, we had Vivian, we had some cool stuff going on, but you can go check out that video. We had some pretty fun matches even though we didn't do so well. And we're going to go ahead and run it back here. So thanks for joining me. If you have any advice about this format, anything that's been working for you, feel free to share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from people who are doing well in this format. Before we go ahead and jump into the draft, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. And yeah, let's get into this thing. This is traditional best of 3 matches, up to 5 wins or 2 losses. As soon as we hit that second loss, we're out. Let's open some bombs. Field of the Dead. Well, not quite a bomb. Get out of here, Tim. Man, what are you doing, Tim? Get out of here. Now's not the time. Alright, well, Field of the Dead is a super sweet card for Constructed. I don't think you're supposed to play this or basically ever take it in Limited. It's the one that makes zombies whenever you have lands that 7 different types of lands, and that's just not a thing that's going to happen realistically. I don't want to prioritize 7 different lands throughout the course of this draft over playable cards, which leaves us with some of the playable uncommons here. There's Angel Vitality, pretty good, just a Windrake with quite a bit of upside. There's Barkhide Troll, double green for a 3/3, and then I've yet to see that ability actually come up, but 2 mana 3/3 is not something to scoff at. Audacious Thief is a card I like quite a bit. Whenever it attacks, you lose a life and draw a card. And then Sleep Paralysis, Octoprophet are pretty good. I think Paralysis is a better blue card, but Octoprophet's good. So I'm kind of leaning towards one of the uncommons or the Thief. I do find black to be pretty good. And I did say white's not great, but I think the Angel is going to be better than the Barkhide Patrol. Barkhide Troll a decent amount of the time. I'm not 100% sure about that. What would you guys take here? This is actually a nice way to start off a draft, is with 2 kind of on par uncommons, one of which I think is a better card but in a worse color, and one of which I think, is the opposite of that, with some real upside on this card. I think I'm going to go with my gut and take the Angel, and we're not going to commit ourselves to white, right? We don't have to. I also haven't done so many drafts on Arena that I know like what cards wheel and what cards don't wheel, so we'll kind of keep an eye out for that as well. Overall, the power level of this pack is pretty good. Almost every card is playable outside of like maybe these 2 white cards here, which doesn't bode well for our Angel. But there's a lot to talk about with this pack. I think the Blood-Soaked Altar, I mentioned this in the previous video, I think this card is just really good if you build around it, if you have creatures worth sacrificing. And I think I took it in my previous video and didn't play it, or I had the option to play it, or something like that, or I took something over it. I don't know, but it's probably going to be my pick here. Mammoth Spider, Reduced Ash, Bone to Ash. Lots of Ash going on. These are all playable cards. I like Unsummon. Boneclad Necromancer is fine. This is the type of thing that you want to play with the Blood-Soaked Altar because it gives you multiple bodies. I don't think Diamond Knight's very good, and obviously Trailblazer is awesome if you're playing Elementals, and pretty poor otherwise. Not really mentioning much of the other cards. These 4 right here are the ones I could care less about, including Vial of Dragonfire. But let's go and take Blood-Soaked Altar. See what follows up. Okay, wow, another really good pack. We have a Meteor Golem, which is probably going to be my pick. I just love the card. Noxious Grasp. I do like having these cards, but I'm not going to pick them over, strong main deckable cards. God's Willin is a card that I will always happily play in white. It's just easy to keep 1 white mana up and save your best card. Soul Salvage, get 2 creatures back. This is your divination for black decks. Aerial Assault, tier 2 removal, Mana Fixer, and then Boreal Elemental as just a solid flyer. Also an elemental, even though the blue elementals seem like the least important elementals, but they're still pretty good, right? I think I'm going to go ahead and take Meteor Golem. It just fits in any deck, regardless of what I end up playing here, and I'll be happy to play it. Okay, so finally get to a pack where not every single card is good or playable. There's Ferocious Pup, which is really good with Blood-Soaked Altar. Also plays well in just the black decks in general. Green-Black, which uses things like Bone Splinters or, Flesh for Blood to kind of get its advantage. Bunch of mediocre white cards plus Rule of Law, which is just a completely unplayable white card. And then there's Netcaster Spider, which I think on average is probably better than Ferocious Pup. But the pup plays better with certain cards. Netcaster Spider is just a purely defensive card against the flying creatures in this format. So I think this comes down to one of the green cards, even though I don't have a green card yet. I just think the white cards are all pretty bad. I don't want to move into red for a 3-1, and I don't see any reason to take these sideboard cards here. So Netcaster Spider or pup. I think I'm going to take the pup for the potential with the Blood-Soaked Altar. All right, Veil of Summer, Overcome. There's a land missing out of this pack, which is really weird that the bot took a dual land within the first 4 picks. I don't know. Maybe I have no idea why the algorithm would have them take a land there. Anyway, on to our actual pack. I think Overcome is just good in this format. We played Overcome in the previous deck, in the Elemental deck, and it did win us like 1 or 2 games. It plays obviously really well with the go wide creatures. So just any sort of dorky setup, just a bunch of 2/2s and 3/3s can get there with Overcome. You don't need a lot of work. There's also Veil of Summer, which is a very strong sideboard card, but it is just that, a sideboard card. And then Raptor, I hate this card still, but it serves a role of being at least a good sideboard card against other flyer decks, plus some dorky green creatures. I'm going to go and take Overcome. Also decent with the pup. White. Bone Splinter, Soul Salvage, Greenwood Sentinel are what I'm looking at here. I think I want the first Bone Splinters, although I only have the pup so far, but no other removal spells. I guess Meteor Golem. Soul Salvage is also kind of decent here. I don't know that I'm playing black, but I think my pick is between one of these 2 black cards. And just look how mediocre white is here. Are any of these cards super exciting? There's 5 white commons in this pack. I'm sorry, Fence and Ace is uncommon. Also Blood Burglar, which I would take over Greenwood Sentinel, but I think I'm going to start with the first Bone Splinters over a Soul Salvage here. Following that up, there's Scuttlemutt, which is good mana fixing, and, it is ramp as well for things like Meteor Golem. Don't mind sacking it to a Blood-Soaked Altar. And then there's some middle-of-the-ground black creatures. Fairy Miscreant, Uncaged Theory. Just going to take Scuttlebutt. Season of Growth. I've yet to see this be super relevant. I'm probably going to take Sanitarium Skeleton here. It's perfect with Bone Splinters. It's really good with Blood-Soaked Altar because you can keep returning the skeleton to your hand. And you can even discard that to the Blood-Soaked Altar and just pay for one of the multiple costs on this card by just looping the Sanitarium Skeleton. If not, I would take the Mammoth Spider. I think the skeleton is along the lines of what my deck wants to be doing right now. Healer of the Glade. Again, expendable creatures are something here when you have Altar, Bone Splinter, stuff like that. But this one's pretty weak. Might just take another Scuttlemutt, but I don't know how many 3-drops I want in this deck. Maybe even Prismite. I have this Angel, which I don't need to play by any means. I also don't necessarily have to be green if that doesn't pan out. I think I'm just going to take Scuttlemutt. Maybe it was right to take the sideboard card there. So Mammoth Spider, Epicure Blood, Diamond Knight. Let's assume I'm not playing white here. Diamond Knight, if you are a monocolored deck, then I could see this being a really good card. But 3 mana 1/1, if you're just getting aggroed at all, this card does not hold its weight. And it does die to a lot of common removal. Mammoth Spider seems like the correct pick. 2 Scuttlebutts can also ramp us into a 5-drop. I don't think Epicure... Yeah, there's no way Epicure is better than Spider here. I'm going to go ahead and take Spider. Ooh, God's Will and Wield, but so did Soul Salvage. I don't like Wolfkin Bond. Definitely taking Soul Salvage. And I guess I'll take some uncommons for the vault. Okay, Veil of Summer over Anvil Rot Raptor. Yeah, this is a very potent sideboard card. And some nonsense. Last pick, nonsense. Okay, Pack 2. Pack 2. So, stand out right away, we have Elvish Reclaimer, which is a fine card. If you have 3 or more lands in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2, and you can pay 2 and sack a land to search up any land. Put that on the battlefield. Hey, maybe we could have played that Field of the Dead. It's kind of a neat combo. Also a 1-drop that has some relevance later in the game, and it can block those little Scorch Spitters that everybody loves playing. There's Jungle Hollow, there's Brightwood Tracker, there's Boneclad Necromancer. All cards that I'd be interested in. Hopefully I wheel the Necromancer, but if not, if I wheel one of these two, I'll be pretty happy. And then Retributive Wand I haven't seen in play yet, but I think I'm going to go and try out the Reclaimer. Seems like a relevant one-drop. Moving into the next pack, Gravedigger stands out quite a bit. Gravedigger's just always good, especially with things like Bone Splinters and the Altar. Sorcerer of the Fang has not, I wouldn't say it's impressed me, but I have won games with this card. The ability is relevant. There are some stalled out boards. A lot of times these games are going to be won through evasion and flyers and stuff like that, but in the case that you just have a ground stall, Sorcerer of the Fang is an okay way to dump your mana. Woodland Champion, 2 mana 2/2. Whenever a token comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on it. If you're triggering that over and over again with the Altar, you're probably already winning by making a bunch of 5/5 demons, but I don't know, something to consider there. Right now we have 2 token makers. I think I'm just going to take Gravedigger and hope to wheel, I guess, Pup, Fang, or Woodland Champion. I'd be okay with any of those 3. I'm not even going to talk about Lockbox. It's just a 100% unplayable card. Gravedigger it is. Ooh, Leyline. No, just kidding. Good elementals here. Feral Abomination's pretty bad, and then another Veil of Summer. So this is like one of those personal picks where I'm just going to take a rare for my collection here. Because I already have a Veil of Summer, I don't think I need 2 of these. And I don't mind rare drafting every now and then on Arena just to build out the collection. Wow, Cloudkin's here, huh? There's also Feral Invocation, Thornwood Falls, Netcaster Spider. I like Invocation. We're not a beatdown deck, so it doesn't look amazing. I'm probably just going to take Netcaster Spider and be sad that this Seer is going by. Although I do have 2 Scuttlemates. 2 Scuttlemates does make the Seer better, but I'm just going to go and take Netcaster Spider. Looks like we're ending up being an Overcome deck again. Pattern Matcher. I have 2 Scuttlemates. If I can pick up any other duplicate creature here, I think Pattern Matcher actually becomes a real thing. Plus, it's a creature that if I get value off of it, I don't mind sacrificing it to something else. Otherwise, it's Thornwood Falls or Sorcerer. I'll pick up Pattern Matcher and we'll speculate, see if we can get a duplicate creature in here somewhere. This pick, I'm probably just picking up the 2/2 over the 4/4. Not that I'm excited about the Sentinel. Okay, here's some defensible cards. There's another Overcome. And if we really want to be an Overcome deck, then we can take a second one and have higher odds of taking it. But if you noticed in my last video, I often boarded this out on the draw because it's just really bad. But it is a game plan, right? It's either that or Gift of Paradise, which is ramp and also Mana Fixin'. And we'd have quite a bit of Mana Fixin' between 2 Scuttlemates and a Gift. I think I'm supposed to take Gift here. Okay, another Sanitarium Skeleton. Quite the combo again. Also, gives us another duplicate for this Pattern Matcher, which isn't nothing. Thought Distortion, I think, is virtually unplayable. And then there's Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, which is fine. Lets you chump attack with your skeletons and stuff like that. I'm going to go and pick up the skeleton. It seems like what my deck wants to be doing. I don't think my deck wants to be unholy indenturing anything. This just seems not good. I get the idea. You put it on a creature with an enter the battlefield trigger. You sacrifice it to Bone Splinters. You get your creature back. You can also put it on your opponent's creature. But I would need a lot of removal before I even consider that. And right now my removal is Bone Splinters. And Meteor Golem. I'm going to take God's Willin'. And almost certainly not playing it, but consideration. Wolfkin Bond. Not playing that either. Alright, well, the Veil of Summer wheeled. Also, Scamper and Scorcher wheeled, which is interesting because that card's great. Blade Brand is pretty good with the skeletons, and then there's the Indenture. I can main deck a Blade. I can main deck this card. Manifold Key, that's another stalled out game type card, but I'm happy to take it there. Renowned Weaponsmith, and then last pick Zephyr Charge, so give me a bomb here. Something good. Regulator is not a bomb. Not by any means, but there's still good picks in this pack. First off, there's another Gravedigger, which establishes like the Gravedigger loop of always having a blocker, kind of what the skeleton already does. But it does give us another duplicate for the Pattern Matcher, and it's not a bad one. There's also Gorgon Vulture, which is pretty good in my deck. If I have a Gravedigger and I have Soul Salvage, the Vulture starts to look pretty good. Leafkin Druid as a mana ramper. I would probably replace a Scuttlemutt with a Leafkin Druid, just because I'm not really using the Mana Fixin'. And then there's Murder, the green Murder in this set, Plummet. Definitely picking Gravedigger, but I would like the Vulture, the Plummet, or the Leafkin Druid. And it's actually, I kind of want to see if Plummet wheels or not, since this is first pick. just to see how the bots kind of value it. Another really good pack. Scheme and Symmetry is not a card. I don't think you should play this. Basically, you're putting yourself down a card to get your best card on your next turn, but you're also giving your opponent their best card that's left in their deck, and they get first crack at casting there. So I'm not sure how to break this card. Maybe instant speed with Leyline of Anticipation, but that's two bad cards making a decent effect. Plus, there are playable cards for us here. Again, the sideboard card would be fine. There's a Pacifism here, but we're clearly looking at Siphon, Rabid Bite, or Soul Salvage. We do want more removal. Rabid Bite, I have found that unless you have a bunch of Death Touchers, Rabid Bite's not great. And look at the power of our creatures. Like, we can't Rabid Bite most things. Agonizing Siphon's going to deal basically the same amount of damage as Rabid Bite, but doesn't ask us to already have a creature on board. So I'm going to take the Siphon, I think. Gravedigger number 3. Bone-clad Necromancer. I don't think we want another Gift of Paradise. Scoured Barrens would let us splash that Angel pretty easily if we wanted to, but I'm just going to take a third Gravedigger. Lomin Shaman. That's like the opposite of what we want to be doing. Plus another Ferocious Pup. I kind of like the Pup here. Sorcerer of the Fang. We have a couple 2-drops and 1-drops. We've got Skeletons to block for days, so I don't think we're dying. The Lomin Shaman is interesting. It's more of like a way to hate on your opponent's graveyard or recycle your graveyard back, but I don't think it's fantastic. I'm just going to take the Pup. Works better with Overcome. I hate Vorst Call in this format. Every time I play it, it gets hit by a Pacifism or an Unsummon, or they play a Death Toucher, or, you know, they're just beating me down with flyers and they have a bunch of blockers. I just think Vorst Call is horrendously bad in this format. Big vanilla creatures do not seem like they get the job done. Same with Fire Elemental, basically. Obviously, these are both elementals, so they have a little bit of value if you're, you know, honing in on that strategy. But unless you're there, I think these cards are quite bad. I'm going to take another Bone Splinters, which seems pretty good in my deck. Could take another Ferocious Pup as well. Get really puppy here. It's either that or another Greenwood Sentinel. Feral Abomination I don't think my deck wants. Although I wouldn't mind having one big expensive creature. I don't think Feral Abomination is the one. And then Dismal Backwaters, I don't think we're playing any blue here. So, yeah, pup it up. Pup it up. Anvil Rot Raptor is probably going to be my pick out of this pack for the sideboard. Although this does look cool. Feral Abomination, maybe? Probably not. Yeah, let's go and take Raptor. I don't think I'm starting that one, though. I said, I think I'm not starting that. Jeez. It's like they don't listen. Let's take Blood Burglar here over another Greenwood Sentinel. I think this is just a better 2-drop. And then we'll wheel some nonsense. Hey, Plummet did wheel. I like to start off with a Plummet in this format from what I've seen. Plus Soul Salvage, nice. So we do have a nice little recursive deck here. Epicure or Gift of Paradise. Or an uncommon for the vault. I guess Epicure. Wow, our pick of green cards. Yeah, Lomin Shaman seems like it could be interesting, even though I don't think it's great. Sentinel, and last pick. Disenchant. Alright, so we get to build a deck here. I think we ended up with quite a few playables, and we do have a game plan. We're definitely an Overcome deck, especially with triple Ferocious Pup, but we've also got kind of this Aristocrats theme going on. With our big, not really a bomb, but quote-unquote bomb being Blood-Soaked Altar, and also having a lot of recursion with our Gravediggers and whatnot. Scuttlemutts don't seem necessary here, especially with the Gift of Paradise, so I think I'm going to cut both the Scuttlemutts. Even though they do ramp to Meteor Golem, so does the Path, or whatever it's called, the, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go through and see if there's anything I just initially want to cut that's not going to be that great. Greenwood Sentinels, I don't love this card, so I'm probably going to cut one, but it is important to be able to block some things. I kind of like the pups in this deck. Lomin Shaman could be a sideboard card here. And then Gravedigger, I have 2 skeletons, I have 3 pups, I have 3 Gravediggers. So that doesn't seem bad at all. I'll cut Epicure Blood. And then I need to make one more cut here. Did I accidentally cut something besides Epicure? Oh, Agonizing Siphon. Yeah, let's not cut Siphon. Siphon seems pretty good. And then we got to cut one more card here. It might be like Blade Brand or something like that, but Blade Brand's fine. Although if we play against like a big flyer deck or evasive creatures, which is a decent portion of the decks that we're going to face down in this format, then Blade Brand doesn't do very much. So maybe I go ahead and save Blade Brand for the decks that are going to be playing, you know, Vorst Claws and fire elementals and stuff like that, and then I board into it. And will be a really... Oh, I need to cut one more card? Oh, yeah, I guess the Agonizing Siphon. Well, alright, let's find one more to cut here. Maybe a pup. Maybe a Soul Salvage. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't think we're cutting any of these. Any of the 5 or aboves. We've got 5 4s, which is a lot. I could see going down a pup here. And that still leaves us with 3 creatures for Pattern Matcher. Sure. I guess the skeletons kind of do what the pup is already trying to do. Or maybe I want one less skeleton, one more pup. Just because the skeleton is a little bit of an awkward card if you're not using like the Blood-Soaked Altar or the Bone Splinters. And the pup does leave something a little bit better behind. Sure. I think I'm okay with that. No. Okay, let's go 2 and 2. 2 skeleton, 2 pup. And then our sideboard really isn't too much. If we really feel like we need white for some reason, we can, you know, bring in like God's Willing, Disenchant. That's probably about it. Maybe the Angel. Blade Brand for matchups where Death Touch seems relevant. Veil of Summer against blue and or black. Manifold Key for really drawn out games. Anvil Route Raptor for small flyers. And then Loman Shaman against people who are doing kind of what I'm doing. And trying to use recursive creatures to kind of draw the game out for a little bit until they draw the game-winning card. So this is going to be our deck, green-black, which seems to be where I end up quite a bit in this format, but I think that's where we were led down, and I think we stuck to it. There was a little bit of blue popping up there with the Cloudkin Seer and the Air Elemental, but I think that Air Elemental would have been first pick, so it's not like that's even a signal. And I do want to say before we get into the match, I find that very interesting that one of the bots fourth picked or took a land within the first 4 picks. So just keep that in mind that the bots do value the lands to some degree. But that's more of a data point than anything to really affect how you're drafting. So this is going to be our deck, 8 and 9 mana base, green-black. We've got kind of a game plan of stalling the game and using Overcome or the Blood-Soaked Altar to win. And we've got some removal in Bone Splinters, Plummet, Agonizing Siphon, Meteor Golem. Recurring a Meteor Golem is pretty nice, but that's the game plan. So, thanks for watching. My name's Timothy. If you would have drafted differently, let me know. Or if you see anything, you know, I should be playing. If you would have built this deck differently with what I have, let me know in the comments below. And thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the matches. All right, we're here for match 1. We've got very slow hand. Again, the Overcome is just always in the open in hand for some reason. Hopefully that 2/2 Wolf's going to do some work for us because we're not doing anything. Opponent did mulligan here. I think they're deciding what to put on the bottom. Evolving Wilds. Are you sure Evolving Wilds is even in this format? I never see one. Although, mad respect for my opponent for doing that on their turn and not wait until the end step like everyone does. Look, it's the right thing to do. It's just like, come on, it's turn 1. Just crack your Evolving Wilds, please. Wouldn't mind an Evolving Wilds. We even have the thing in our deck that cares about it. Ooh, that was not a bad draw. Still going to play a pup here. These big green decks can be pretty annoying, so I'm going to take a hit here. I could block with the pup, but I have this Overcome, so I want to build out as much of a board as possible. Although now if they attack, since they tapped out, I'm just going to go ahead and double block. Trade a 2/2 for their 3/3. Gift of Paradise. Not terrible, so I can actually go Gift of Paradise into Skeleton plus Bone Splinters. Although that doesn't really set up a good attack because both these things can block me. But I can at least go Gift of Paradise into Sanitarium Skeleton, right? And it doesn't... I'm just going to lose a mana either way here, so it doesn't really matter. This also gives us a little bit of a life total to mess around with. And then we'll probably just play Mammoth Spider next turn. So Anvil Route Raptor doesn't really threaten me too much. Gift is fine as well. My opponent's down to 2 cards here. And Mammoth Spider's going to probably hold the fort. I mean, they can murder something, but let's be honest, I don't care if they murder something. Go ahead and drop the Mammoth Spider. And pass. So if they're going to want to kill a creature, they're going to want to do it to Mammoth Spider because that's going to hold back their one source of damage here. Netcaster. Fine, fine, fine. followed by what? Ooh, looks like they might be Bone Splintering themselves. Nice. Very nice. I mean, it was a 2-for-1 to kill my spider, so I don't mind it. So, unfortunately, drawing a lot of lands. I can go Bone Splinters, kill your Centaur, and then get an attack for 5. Could also just cast Overcome here. Bone Splinters, and then I can bring Skeleton back and cast it again. I kind of don't love that idea just because I have a bunch of Gravediggers in my deck and stuff like that to get this Mammoth Spider back. And I don't really see a need to use Bone Splinters while I'm only taking 2. So I think I'm going to pass on that. Just let this Raptor go ahead and, you know, beat me up for a little while. Sure. I guess, I mean, I'm going to have to use it eventually. I am drawing blanks here. Gravedigger is one of my best draws. Yeah, that's a little more threatening, although, geez, come on. I'm going to kill their stupid shaman here, and I'm going to feel bad about it. Come on, Gravediggers, please. Or my altar would be pretty good here. Yeah, okay, they're going to go ahead and get back their own guys, and we're very gradually slipping through this game, unfortunately. As much as I want to kill that Raptor, I don't think it was the right thing to use the Splinters on, because the 5/4 just beats me down. I have drawn nothing but land. I have drawn 9 lands. That is absurd. And it looks like my opponent might be holding some sort of removal, because they didn't, unless these are both lands, they are not casting their spells. Elvish Reclaimer is not where I want to be either. Yeah, this has not played very well at all. If this Overcome was something else, that'd be fine. This does look like a match where Bladebrand's going to be fine. Pretty sad with how this match has gone, though. Soak up the trample damage. See what trick they have. And now I got to deal with Vorst Claw as well. They're going to draw into another card, and we're just getting completely creamed here. Despite having what I would consider really good draws. Alright, this has just been extremely frustrating. 10 lands, none of the recursion here. Our opponent bricked for a little bit there, but they have outdrawn us. I don't think I can even win past this. I guess maybe give it one more turn here, because the skeleton's just going to chump. I don't even know what I can draw at this point, but this has been a very embarrassing game due to the sheer number of lands we've drawn. Not blocking with the other stuff seems nonsense, though. Alright, let's see. 3 cards in your hand, opponent. I'm at 7 life. I'm going to activate Reclaimer just to thin a land out of my deck here. What else you got, opponent? Go on. Blood for Bones. Sure, get back the monkey. And probably put, what, back in your hand? The Netcaster Spider back in your hand? Sure. So this is just Rise from the Grave to get back the Shaman. And I don't think there's anything I can draw here. Let's just go to the next game. That was very sad. Like, we have tons of stuff there. Like, just imagine we play another Mammoth Spider there. We're not taking the damage from the thing. They had no more removal spells. I'm going to bring in Loman Shaman here. And I think Bladebrand looks pretty good. Veil of Summer, do we actually even see any removal from them yet? Not really. I like the Overcome. It's just we weren't able to play cards. Plummet. I think I'm supposed to take Plummet out actually right now just because I've only seen one flyer. And then I need to bring one more card out here. Maybe Overcome, but I think Overcome's still a good plan for this sort of matchup that's just going to go on forever. I mean, my 2/2s don't seem amazing could cut a skeleton, but skeleton actually seems fine, especially with Blade Brand coming in. Netcaster Spider seems less relevant against just Anvil Rot Raptor. Alright, we'll run it back and see if we can draw something less than 10 lands. This hand's fine. The Elvish Reclaimer can help us find black mana. We have a 1-2-3 as well, although none of these cards are super exciting against the opponent. I mean, this hand will need some work, for sure. Wonder if I'm supposed to go fetch up black mana on turn 2, or I'm supposed to just play a 2-drop. Well, that answers my question. Let's go ahead and get the Reclaimer in there. And play a Sentinel and pass. And I think I'm just going to play out Loam Shaman. Ooh, pro green, huh? And I can't put counters on my creatures. So I think I'm going to go Skeleton plus activate Reclaimer on end step. And that lets me play Pattern Matcher next turn while also fetching up another Skeleton. Unless I, of course, draw the stupid Skeleton. So let's go ahead and sacrifice a Forest. And we can get any land, but we only have basics. So Swamp. Blight Beetle looks fine here. Just got to remember about the counter thing. I might have a couple cards that put counters on my things that I'm not really thinking of at the moment. Alright, well, you're not attacking, so what you doing, opponent? Alright, drew a Blade Brand. Not terrible. I'm still going to just play Pattern Matcher here. And go get another Skeleton. Oh, you don't even have to target. Nice. Oh, that's kind of sweet that you don't have to target with that ability. I guess I could have attacked with Sentinel first, and my opponent might just block with the Courser. They probably block with the Blight Beetle, but if they block with the Courser there, then I get to Blade Brand. No, there's the Gravedigger now. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to kill this Anvil Rot Raptor. Our attacks don't look amazing. I can attack with Pattern Matcher. My opponent wants to trade off for Courser. That's fine. Could even Gravedigger back the Pattern Matcher. And then Pattern Matcher the Gravedigger. Be pretty happy with trades right now, I think. Go ahead and get the Pattern Matcher back. Alright, you're up, opponent. I did miss a land drop, though. We got us a monkey. Show me the monkey. Oh, Gravedigger of your own to get back the Courser. Sure. Sure. Respectable. Okay, did draw a swamp. I like drawing the lands here. So if I attack with Gravedigger, I should probably Pattern Matcher first to get back Gravedigger. And I can actually attack with these two as well, if I don't plan on blocking with them, especially since we're going to have this 3-3 on defense. Yeah. So I'm going to go Pattern Matcher, get a Gravedigger, attack with Gravedigger plus... Well, if I attack with these two, then... and they block here, just take 2. That's probably fine as well. I don't think I care. I'm going to attack with Gravedigger for sure. Yeah, just attack with Gravedigger. Then I'll play another Skeleton here. And this would be a situation where Overcome would be pretty good. I can kind of chump attack into Vorsclaw here, which is nice. They don't know about the Blade Brand yet, and I have the Gravedigger. So attack with everything. And the Reclaimer doesn't even seem necessary, but I think I can keep that back on defense to thin out the deck a little bit. They're probably going to block Pattern Matcher with Vorsclaw. Maybe not. Kind of happy with that, though. Trading Gravediggers. Alright, so let's go ahead and Blade Brand the Pattern Matcher. This will kill Vorsclaw. Drew a pup. And I could actually play Loman Shaman and just shuffle these back. It does give them better draws, but it stops like a Soul Salvage or a Bone from Ash or whatever the heck it's called. Or I could just play Gravedigger, get back Pattern Matcher, or get back Gravedigger. If they Soul Salvage, is that really that bad? I think I'm just going to play Gravedigger and use my mana as best as possible. Plus it gets another black creature on board. I'm just going to get Gravedigger here. And they are going to have a 3/3, but I think that's fine. Meanwhile, we're just dying the Anvil Rot Raptor. It does look like they have some sort of recursion. I mean, if we kill Anvil Rot Raptor, then we get to just kind of stare at each other for a little while. Meteor Golem. 1 mana off from that one, though. So I can go 3-drop, 3-drop. Or I can just play Gravedigger and get back Pattern Matcher, and then activate Reclaimer. I could play Pup plus Loman Shaman, which doesn't seem great. Looks like we're just going to take 2 for now. I'm going to have to kill this Raptor twice because of the Gravedigger. I think I just like playing Gravedigger and getting back Pattern Matcher here. And then I'll activate the Reclaimer. Look at that auto tap, though. And I'll ship the turn. Yep, Vorse Claw is fine. As long as they don't give it Trample or Evasion, then I have the Sanitarium Skeletons to block. Let's go ahead and activate Reclaimer now. Sack a Swamp, get a Forest, I think. Although it's a little weird to thin out the deck when we actually want to draw a 7th land for this Meteor Golem. We drew the other Gravedigger. Well, that makes Pattern Matcher a lot worse. Also, do not have a 7th land yet. So it doesn't look like we're attacking. Probably go Pup plus Loman Shaman. We could shuffle Bladebrand back. That'd be a fine draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play some green creatures here. Make a top deck Overcome a lot better. So target myself, shuffle Bladebrand back, and I will pass the turn. Meanwhile, 2/1 flyer. But come on, we have Siphon, we have Bone Splinters, we have Mammoth Spider, we have the thing that makes demons. Gift of Paradise, gaining them life, that could matter if our plan is Overcome. Ooh, Pattern Matcher of your own? What are they going to fetch up another copy of? Maybe another Courser or something? Another Vorse Claw, youch. Ooh, okay, there's the Altar. So I can play Altar, and I can just immediately make a 5/5 with the Skeleton. Does cost some life. I am going to discard, I think, Pattern Matcher, and I can't do this forever. Actually, I'm just going to sack the Pup, I think. Discard Pattern Matcher. Make a 5/5 Demon. And we'll pass. Alright, the Altar was a pretty good draw there. I would love to draw my Agonizing Siphon and just deal with a threat, gain a little bit of life, get another activation out of this Altar. They have 2 unknown cards. Vorse Claws are fine. See if they want to go ahead and jam their Vorse Claw in here. And probably just chump block with the Sanitarium Skeleton. They have Gravedigger, so I don't think trying to trade a bunch of creatures for it is super profitable here. Alright, we drew our Mammoth Spider as well. I would love to draw my 7th land. I probably should stop sacrificing lands here. Do I attack with the demon? Just play Mammoth Spider? I think if they could have killed the demon, they would have. It's tough. I don't want to leave myself just dead, right? I could go Gravedigger plus Sanitarium Skeleton, make another 5/5. I do think I need to start attacking them, though. Their plan might be to just jam with a bunch of Vorskalls. Oh, no, they have Blade Brand in hand. Oh, no, they're just going to go ahead and Gravedigger back the Raptor. Neat. Seems fine by me. So if that's the case, I don't need the flying protection right away. But it's probably right to just play Spider. I kind of like going Gravedigger plus Skeleton and then make another 5/5. And then activate, sack the Skeleton. This puts me down to 6, so if they have a way to make a Vorstclaw indestructible or something, then that's pretty bad, but I think that's fine. I can get my Reclaimer up to a 3/4 here. Let's see what happens, though. It's a close game. Netcaster Spider's fine. Yeah, the Netcaster Spider's kind of interesting. Yep, here come the Vorstclaws. Just going to double chump, I think. I want one Gravedigger in the graveyard at least. I guess just 2 Gravediggers. And then I'm suspecting a Gravedigger. Oh, Sorcerer of the Fang. Alright, I am going to go ahead and get this up to a 3/4, even though, again, I want to draw the 7th land, but forced. Blood Burglar. Not great. So what's the plan here? Attack with 2 of these. Make another one. Try to kill them next turn. They're probably chump blocking if they played Netcaster Spider. Or they have some sort of plan. They didn't play Blade Brand last turn with the first striker, so I don't think they have it. This also doesn't kill my demon. I do have to kill him before that sorcerer comes down. I think I'm supposed to play Blood Burglar here and maybe just replay a skeleton, because this lets me at least attack for 2, even if it's a throwaway attack. And then they can't just cheese me with this sorcerer. Oh, no. God, the auto tapper. I didn't even mean to to do that. Well, I should have another Sanitarium Skeleton, but I don't. Question is, am I going to go ahead and use this altar here? I think no. Just the 2 life seems pretty bad, although it does force them to deal with a demon, right? Because otherwise I have lethal demons next turn. It just means that they only have to activate this twice. Although, if they just hold up 6 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then they're not casting anything else. I don't think they're going to be able to activate this Sorcerer of the Fang. Let's go ahead and ditch the Wolf token. Discard the Skeleton. It's a dangerous proposition, but one I'm willing to take here. And then I have lethal demons, so I don't think they can just sit behind the Sorcerer of the Fang. The auto tapper kind of messed me up a little bit there. I could also just straight up draw a Meteor Golem or something. I think I'm still chumping these Vorsclaws. One here, one here. And then we'll see what the opponent comes up with here. I'm assuming it's like Gravedigger into something that blocks a flyer, which means if I draw the 7th land for Meteor Golem, I just have lethal because I kill the one thing that can block my flyers. So Anvilwrought Raptor, nice. I like to see that. That gives me a land as an out here, but I also have like Agonizing Siphon, Bone Splinters. There's the land. So we'll go ahead and Meteor Golem down their flyer and then hit them for 15. Nice close game. And we get to pull out a game 3 here. The altar pulling its weight there. Vorskalls, I guess, are something to worry about here. I still don't think Plummet is right for a single Anvil Rot Raptor. But it's worth noting they've got some beefy creatures, 3/3s and whatnot. Didn't seem like a lot of removal, right? If we had more graveyard hate, we could consider that. Pups don't seem necessary. I think I like the deck how we had it there. And the Elvish Reclaimer was kind of whatever. It probably actually hurt our chances of playing that Meteor Golem earlier in the match, but I think our deck is well positioned here. Alright, well, we get to, honor a tradition here on Mana Rocks by having a Garbo hand in Game 3, the only game that matters. Thankfully, we get to mulligan into a real hand here. I think am I supposed to just pitch Meteor Golem or pitch a land? That's kind of awkward. I like the gift here, which is kind of doing the job of a land. I think I'm just going to go ahead and ditch a land here. And we'll go Blood Burglar into Gift of Paradise and just get beat down by a 3/3. Thanks again for doing that, opponent. I appreciate that. Opponent is not wasting everyone's time. So, Forest Pass. No 2-drop. Alright, drawing a bunch of swamps can't possibly be the worst thing. They do have a lot of 3-drops that can just block a Blood Burglar, though, so don't have high hopes for the Burglar ever getting in there. Like I said, 2/2s aren't amazing here. Also, Pattern Matcher is just going to be a chump block, I think. Yeah, let's go Swamp, so that gives us double green. And basically fogs their next attack from this thing. No box. Just going to play out a naked Pattern Matcher here unless we draw something better. Which that is not. And in case I forgot about my other Blood Burglar, which I did not, go and pass. Did they miss a land drop last turn? I think they missed a land drop last turn. They did. Brightwood Tracker. It's a good late game card. My opponent almost certainly has a Gravedigger in hand if they're willing to make that attack. I do not have a Gravedigger in hand yet, so I think I'm going to take it this turn. And Blade Brand is actually fine. We can also play Meteor Golem next turn. Could attack with this Burglar and cycle the Meteor Golem, but I think I'm okay not doing that. Vorse Claws could be a problem at this point, but if I can get my opponent to use a Gravedigger early on, that's fine. I highly suspect that's what they're going to do here. Let's just play Gravedigger. Yeah, they just snapped it off too. Did you see that? See if they have a 5th land, though. And I was going to say my my Gravediggers are probably my best draw now, because I can just chump with Meteor Golem and get them back. Am I playing Meteor Golem and just popping this 2/4 or the Netcaster Spider? Probably. I guess kill their card advantage engine. I don't care much about the Spider at the present moment. We'll go ahead and pass. Alright, 5 mana. Silverback Shaman, maybe. I don't love how our hand is shaped up, but it's fine. If I go like Reclaimer and Blade Brand to trade it off, that seems okay. Basically turn this into a Sedge Scorpion. The ability is not super relevant. A 3/4 on the ground isn't huge. Or my opponent could just have Vivian or whatever, you know. No big deal. They're going to go counter, counter. Well, I didn't suspect a Vivian here. I had no reason to. Well, I could attack both. They're going to go block here, and I can't Blade Brand them both. So I think I'd rather attack. God, I cannot beat this Vivian. They have so many creatures. Unless I find a way to get Meteor Golem back, like, right away. If that's the case... Because if I Blade Brand into a Gravedigger, I could see still being fine. Sure. I want to trade Meteor Golem off here. If they just block with Gravedigger, that's okay. If they block with Netcaster Spider, I'll go ahead and use Blade Brand. Alright, I'll go ahead and use the Blade Brand. Come on, Gravedigger off the top. Gravedigger. Yes, it worked. So that gives us an out to Vivian. And I also get to play the Reclaimer. And get back Meteor Golem. All right, let's see what they play here. I'm suspecting 2 creatures. Maybe they go fight, but that doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Silverback Shaman. Huh. Okay. So I think it's right to put a bunch of counters on Gravedigger, right? Make another big threat. Put an upkeep stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. We're not at the point that we're activating this Reclaimer yet. So 1 and 1. Okay, with Vivien you can stack up on multiple creatures. No attack. Another swamp is fine. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to play that swamp because it lets me Reclaimer here. I will have to deal with a bunch of threats. Let's see. I could go Meteor Golem and shoot down this monkey, but then they get to keep Vivien as a removal spell. So I'm going to Meteor Golem the Vivien, and then hopefully we find some ways to deal with creatures. Let's go ahead and just shoot down their Vivs. Now pass. End of turn, or maybe mid-combat, I'll go ahead and fetch up a forest here. I think I have 0 lands in the graveyard, apparently. I don't think there's a way to return a Planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand here. But they might be looking for another Gravedigger or Soul Salvage. If the monkey attacks, we don't have amazing blocks. I haven't seen pump spells, though. I haven't seen pump spells yet. But they're probably happy to make this block. They check their graveyard. I assume they're going to have to Soul Salvage. I think I got to play... Take 1 here, trade off, like, straight up 3 for 1, and hope they don't have anything here. Should not auto-pass either with the Reclaimer. Yeah, this doesn't feel good. Vorse Claws, maybe? Is it the Vorse time? I mean, Gravediggers are just my best draw by far. Yeah, they're going to fetch up a Gravedigger. Man, we would play against the same deck in round 1. Alright, well, they didn't maximize mana there, which is fine. Hopefully, we do need to draw a Zinger here, don't we? Like, a really good card. Forest. And then, ooh, Soul Salvage was a very good card. So, Meteor Golem plus Gravedigger. And that lets us keep up the Reclaimer. Oh, yeah, Soul Salvage had to have just been great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can play Gravedigger as well and go get Pattern Matcher. Or, yeah, I can... Yeah, it's just right to get these two. And then play Gravedigger, get Pattern Matcher. Yeah, that seems fine. We're going to play a really long game here from the looks of it. Yep. And I will ship the turn. I think my opponent should be attacking with that 4/4 Gravedigger. They're certainly attacking with Pattern Matcher, though, right? And they know I'm going to Meteor Golem their first play here. If they just Mind Rot me, that would be embarrassing. Alright, so... I don't want to block with Gravedigger because Pattern Matcher can fetch up another Gravedigger. So maybe I'm okay getting rid of the Reclaimer. Like double block in here. And getting just 1 more activation out of that thing. Taken 4, which is kind of gross. I don't think I need to draw any more lands. Unfortunately, I'm 1 land away from making use of the 3/4 body here. I've dealt 0 damage to my opponent. Let's get a forest. And let's see what they muster up here. Don't think they're going to play Gravedigger quite yet. Centaur Courser. So they're going to try to get me to pop my Meteor Golem. Overcome, not exactly where we want to be. Yeah, I mean, I am, in fact, going to pop a Meteor Golem, if you will. 5, 6, 7. Be great to have a Bone Splinters or something. I could just kill the Courser. Pass the turn. I don't want to kill Gravedigger here for them to just be able to Gravedigger that back. Granted, I'm probably going to go ahead and block it here. Whoa, are you kidding me? Nightpack Ambusher? My opponent just had these like sick bomb rares this whole time and just didn't play them. Or didn't have them. And now I have to kill the Ambusher. And if I were the opponent, I just wouldn't play anything here. Because why would you? And now I have to deal with the Ambusher. I don't see how we're winning this game. My opponent's just got... They've got the same kind of recursive engine going on, but they have better cards, right? Really? Attack with the Ambusher? They're also whittling my life total down. Yeah, not attacking with the Ambusher. Alright, I'm going to block like this. They're probably going to trade off for Blood Burglar. I don't think they want to kill my Meteor Golem. But we'll see. See, now I'm on tilt just because we played 2 really long games and I didn't get to see either of these bombs. Not that, you know, I could have done anything about them, right? They did kill Meteor Golem. Interesting. And... yeah, they're just going to go and poop out some guys, and I have no way to answer this. It's ridiculous. This card is just unfair. So while I'm trying to double block and deal with these, they're going to go ahead and just wreck my day. I'm going to go and play Pattern Matcher plus Gravedigger. And then Gravedigger back Meteor Golem. And then if I kill their Ambusher, they're going to Gravedigger back the Ambusher. I don't think I'm snagging a game with this Overcome anytime soon. Yeah. I mean, let's go ahead and trade a Gravedigger for this Wolf token. Really. Okay. Well. Kind of get it. So let's go here and then... here. Trade off as much as possible, keep my life total high. Clearly they go, you know, Gravedigger into Ambusher, but then I get to Meteor Golem, and we're kind of at parity, but my opponent has a bunch of cards in hand, so I don't know. Plus, remember, my opponent has that Ash to Bone card or whatever it's called in their deck. And a lot of my top decks are like Sanitarium Skeletons and nonsense like that. Oh, the stupid thing has Flash. Ugh. Yeah, so I don't even get to Meteor Golem that right away. And I drew another land. Come on, deck. I can't attack. I mean, I can. What if I attack with my 3/3 and they flash this in? I let my 3/3 die and then I play Meteor Golem and blow that up. Same thing if I attack with the Burglar. And they can eat my board here, right? If I attack with this, they can go block and then flash this block. I can Meteor Golem this thing down, but then it's their 2 cards versus whatever. And they haven't played a Soul Salvage. They might have another Gravedigger. They could just have a bunch of Vorse Claws. Maybe that's my best bet. Otherwise, I'm going to play Meteor Golem this turn anyway, right? Hopefully they just flash this stupid thing in. But if not, if they just like trade off Gravedigger for Blood Burglar, it's probably fine. Okay, they went for it, sure. Yep, exactly as planned. Not great for me, not absolutely terrible. Look at this auto tapper, just tapped all of my swamps and none of my forests. Time to start keeping lands in hand for our altar, which could be one of the cards that wins here. Wow, you've got to be kidding me, man. This is just destroying me. And Blight Beetles, whatever here. Alright, well, we did draw the altar. I'm definitely going to play it. If I alter, they get to attack me for 5. And then I really need to draw something. Yeah, long fought game, but I don't think I can come out of this. My opponent, the recursion, like, we're doing the same thing, but they just have better cards to recur. And I have drawn, like, 0 removal spells. Meteor Golem is one of my removal spells, and I've used it 3 times now, but... Oh, they're going to Bone Splinters my demon? Oh, no, they got the Bone to Ash. Look, my opponent's also drawn extremely well. Soul Salvage into double Gravedigger. Into Vorse Claw. That doesn't seem right. I guess they just want to put the clock on here. Throwing 8 creatures to do it. Yeah, there's no way we're coming into out of this game. We're probably just dead next turn, right? Skeleton, sure. So I could play Skeleton, pitch this, make a demon, play Skeleton, probably. Go down to 2 and then have 3 blockers. They can Gravedigger something. Well, play to my outs, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that. Pitch this thing. Replay this. And I'll go ahead and just pass the turn. Ouch. This has been a grueling game. Unfortunately, not coming out on top in this one. Double Soul Salvage? Oh, no, that was their first Soul Salvage. Yeah, their card quality... I mean, same game plan, but their card quality is just better. Like, we would have killed for any of these green things they have. Vivian plus Nightback Ambusher is just absolutely absurd. So, we have to go block, trade, block... Actually, we can... No, so trade here, block here, eat a wolf, and then Blight Beetle puts us down to 1. We lose a demon. They Gravedigger back anything. It's not auto pass. See what they want to get here. The Ambusher, I assume. Just a flash creature that I couldn't, like, board wipe. Really, the monkey? The monkey's the pick. I guess it's a trampler, but Dust Monkey. All right, let's see what our draw is, and then we'll go and pack this one in. All right. Well, our game plan kind of came together, and that first game we flooded a lot. Our opponent did what we were doing better. They just had better top-end creatures with the Howling Giant and stuff like that, and we couldn't keep up with them. Maybe if we were on the play, we could have applied pressure or something like that, but unfortunately, we have to take our loss immediately. And this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm just getting rocked in this format. Like, look what happened. I just didn't see those cards in the draft. I didn't draw a Bone Splinters in any game except for that first one, and I had to Bone Splinters off something weak. And I died to, like, an Anvil Rot Raptor when I have answers to it. Just, did not sit well with me. But we're going to try and salvage this draft here. I think our deck is good. Like, our deck played out well. Our opponent just had a better version of our deck. So we'll go and run it back for match 2 here. So stick around. All right, welcome back to our Golem Tribal deck. We're on the play here. Obviously, if I draw anything that Pattern Matcher can fetch up, this is going to be a lot better. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan this. Like, this is just so slow. Look at it. Look at it. I think this is where you take advantage of the London mulligan. Yeah, I like this hand better. Stupid Overcome is going to the bottom for sure. For sure. Opponent also mulliganed. I'm going to keep this, and then, yeah, let's just ditch Overcome. Our opponent also mulliganed here, so. This hand needs work for sure. Green deck. Healer of the Glade. So probably an elemental deck. Only reason you would play this. Alright, Swamp was a decent draw to get us started here. Let's see if they're Teamer or Simic or Sultai, or not Sultai, but you know what I mean. Let's go. Guess I'll play Pup here. 2/2 blocks just as well as the 2/3. I guess the 2/3 attacks a little bit better, so maybe it was right to play that. Alright, looks like the opponent's missing a color, and looks like we're going to sit here and look at each other for a little while. Alright, pass it back. We get to go ahead and at least play a Mammoth Spider next turn. The chonkiest of spiders. Rabid Bite on my wolf. Alright. Doesn't even really let them attack or anything, so I guess I'm fine with that. Sure, you can use a pump spell if you want. I want to get these things out of my opponent's way, or out of the way if I can. Siphon. I just want to play the spider, I think. I guess I'll attack with my spider. Like, if they use a combat trick to kill it, they could have done that on their turn. If not, we just get in the 2 damage. And they're still missing a color. I'm assuming with the healer it's red or blue. Looks like red. And they have a mammoth spider of their own. Alright, alright. And we have a soul salvage. It's actually pretty good. Keep my land in hand, I suppose. No, I have soul salvage. I want to be able to do everything. The siphon doesn't seem necessary. I'll save that for a evasive creature. But right now we kind of have the same exact board. Oh yeah, Goblin Smuggler can go ahead and eat this siphon. They're going to use that on Netcaster Spider to get in 2 damage. Smuggler's pretty good. And we cannot block the spider. There's some really minor argument for using the siphon on this thing, but that seems wrong. So let's go ahead and siphon this smuggler. See if their last card is in fact a pump spell. It is not. And we'll ship back. Unfortunately not in a position to attack ourselves, but fine. Loaming Shaman. Targeting yourself? Targeting no one? I guess you have to target someone. And they just shuffle their smuggler back. Sure. So we need a way to break this stall here. Swamp I'm going to play. And just pass. This looks like the type of game where Manifold Key would be pretty good. Healer of the Glade again? Really? They'd probably have Lavakin Brawlers is the reason they're playing those. I mean, if we just kill this spider, we can start attacking. They have to multi-block to kill our spider, and then we soul salvage it back. Also, our Demon Maker would be just absurd here. Dang, they drew the smuggler again. Alright, so our opponent has damage on board. Thankfully, it's only 2 a turn, so it's not like it's crazy or anything. And we have outs to this. Maybe it'll be one of those games where we draw our outs. Maybe it's one of those games where we don't. Gravedigger. So I could attack with Mammoth Spider here, trade it off, and then just Gravedigger it back to my hand. I guess they go block, 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 which looks pretty embarrassing. I mean, what's the alternative? Just sitting around not doing anything? What happens if I attack with Sentinel plus Spider? Then they actually have to throw, like, a creature in front of this. And I don't really care about this Sentinel right now. Or I could go, like, attack, attack, attack. And then just Gravedigger back the spider, which they're probably going to kill. Or let them eat one of these and get a decent attack in with these. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for this. If they want to eat one of my guys, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, don't mind them getting a hit in. So I'm going to play Gravedigger and just replay Netcaster Spider. So it's just like we got in some damage. We have worse blocks, but doesn't seem like that's going to matter. Just no Lavakin Brawler. Okay. So now they can hit me for what, 3 a turn? Well, opponent definitely has a game plan here. No attacks and no relevant draw. Still think I play that. Really, no attacks. That's interesting. Just gonna pass here. Can I just draw, like, my relevant spell one time? Can I draw the thing that makes demons right now, please? I guess that's one reason to keep my lands in my hand. Just one time, deck. Just one time. Like, why do you hate me so much? Rabid Bite? Sure. Opponent should probably be attacking. Another Gravedigger, sure. I can make a similar attack to last time. Go boom, boom, boom. I guess the Netcaster Spider attacks this time. So I'll just go Gravedigger into Netcaster again. And we're just trying to find removal for their Mammoth Spider mostly. Or something that flies. Maybe Overcome, but Overcome doesn't seem like it's going to be super good here. Adds 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 damage to the board. Probably not enough. And then if they draw like a Lavakin Brawler, we're just dead. Okay. I get it. You like Smugglers. So they can definitely get in a lot of damage here, right? Because they can start using the Smugglers on each other. They can get in 4 unblockable damage a turn here. They're playing extremely conservatively, though. Oh, Pattern Matcher. What does that do? Gets another pup, gets another Gravedigger. If I attack with everything, they go eat a 2/2, eat a Netcaster Spider. And then we go Pattern Matcher plus Gravedigger. Assuming they don't eat my Gravediggers, which don't know why they would do that. They might even go for the multi-block on the Mammoth Spider here. Gotta do something. Mammoth, or whatchamacallit would be a great draw. Alright. Go ahead, opponent. You figure it out. I assume they're going to go Mammoth Spider, eat Netcaster, Netcaster Spider, eat Greenwood Sentinel, and then maybe chump the Mammoth Spider or just not block at all. Just take damage. Yeah, they're doing that. Again, this sets us up better for Overcome. So we're going to go Pattern Matcher, get our third Gravedigger, play that, get back Netcaster Spider, I suppose. It's either that. I guess I could fetch all 3 of these, but we're going to get Gravedigger number 3. Gravedigger number 3 is going to get back Netcaster Spider. And I don't know, we Overcome does seem really good. Opponent thankfully has flooded a little bit. Oh, there's Overcome. So now we actually have to do math. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's 27. They have to block a significant amount of this. And none of their blocks are free except Mammoth Spider here. I could also just play Netcaster Spider. I have Soul Salvage to get a bunch of things back. And they kind of have to trade off. So I think 27 damage, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So they only have to block 8 of it. But then that puts them close to dead. I think it's a good turn to just go for Overcome here. And then maybe Soul Salvage post-combat. Mostly because they have to block and there isn't a fog effect in this format. And they're going to do a lot of chumping and lose a lot of board here. Nice. Okay, so let's come up with a plan for unblockable creatures, eh? Manifold Key actually seems relevant here. The pups seem less relevant because we are not going to be playing that sort of game. Blade Brand seems decent again, just as a way to push our little creatures into their big ones. Raptor, I think I'll actually bring in as an evasive sort of threat. Plummet can come out until we see something that Plummet's good against. I think I just cut something on accident. Greenwood Sentinel. Oh, no. I cut something on accident there. I don't know what it was. Whatever. Overcome, I think, is going to be good here. The Altar is going to be very good. The Spider... Most of these little dorky creatures seem bad. What do we need to cut? 2 cards? Yeah, the little dorkers seem like not great. Like Greenwood Sentinel can go. Blood Burglar is fine. I like the Skeleton just because it fits what our deck needs to be doing. And I guess I can cut a pup or something. Like, these just aren't impactful cards. And we'll go ahead and run it back like that. Alright, well, game 2 is up. We've got a functional hand. Another hand that could use a little bit of work. Not great against the old Goblin Smuggler deck or whatever. But most of our deck's not going to be good against that. And looks like the opponent's bricking on green mana this time. I'm going to go ahead and attack. They're probably going to play a Smuggler and jam for 2 here. Seems like they have like 10 of them in their deck anyway. Oh, Chandra Spitfire. That's actually kind of gross. Well, Netcaster Spider can block that, but their little goblin dude, I'm going to attack. They're probably not blocking here. Get that 1 point of damage in. Play Netcaster Spider. So that's just 1 plummet target we've seen. There's the Smuggler. Go and make Spitfire unblockable. And Blood Burglar seems okay. I think I'm supposed to just attack with both here. No, I get in 3 damage or make them use the Smuggler. Otherwise they hit me back for 3, maybe 5. I think there's some merit to actually just leaving this back. Because if I attack out there and play Blood Burglar, they just play another Goblin Smuggler and they jam on me for 5. Scamper. Alright, Scamperin' Scorch Skit is okay. They're going to go and make, I guess, a 1-1 unblockable here. Seems fine. I'm going to play a Mammoth Spider. If I attack with Blood Burglar, they're going to go ahead and go double block. I'm going to play a Mammoth Spider. They have no green mana so far, which is interesting. I also don't have a particularly good hand. Am I okay trading a 2-2 for a 1-1 if it means getting in the rest of the damage? Probably fine. Burglar's not getting any better, right? Or they could just take it, I suppose. Mammoth Spider seems relevant here. Lots and lots. Oh, I guess Reduced to Ash would be a pretty nasty card for them to have. Scorch Spitter. I guess that's kind of a combo with Chandra Spitfire. Can I just draw an Agonize and Siphon and kill Spitfire here? Is that okay? Can I just draw a removal spell for Chandra Spitfire? Do you think that's okay, deck? Do you think I can do that? Oh, I don't think you're supposed to make Spitfire unblockable here. I think you want to get a 1-1 in and leave this back because it blocks. Otherwise, you give me profitable attack. Not profitable, but like reasonable attacks on everything here. Swamp was not a good draw. So I can attack with everything except really the skeleton. Just because they can eat the skeleton with the 2-2. Assuming there's going to be some amount of blocking. Ooh, yes, trade the Smuggles. It does make my Soul Salvage not amazing. I'll pass. So I'm probably going to take a million here from my guess. Oh, another Spitfire. Neat deck from the opponent. They're basically playing a standard deck here. Looks like they're going to attack with a bunch of things. That's going to trigger. I'm going to take a lot of damage. But I'm going to eat this Scorch Spitter, I think. And I think opponent's a little bit unfortunate to not draw the right colors. But at the same time, I'm not drawing anything either. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put them down to 1, and I should probably just Soul Salvage this Burglar back. And then if they have a way to deal like direct damage to me, I'm probably just dead. So maybe I go attack for 5. Actually, they have Spitfire. I'll just go and attack with the Mammoth Spider. And Soul Salvage is a 5-mana 2-2 with lifelink. Does set me up to possibly win with Overcome. Get this sneak-in suspicion. I'm going to lose this game, though. Ooh, Forest off the top into Sedge Scorpion, huh? Not bad. Let's go ahead and get... What? What? What just happened? Okay, I'll take it. Thanks, opponent. Sure. Alright, well, I'm guessing their hand wasn't very good, and that lets us pick up a win here, but I'm pretty sure I was just going to lose that game, right? I can't even attack him on my next turn. Whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and just jump into the next match. All right, match 3 is up. Remember, if we lose another match, we're out. We've had some pretty... I guess that last game was good. I don't know why my opponent conceded. This is a sloppy hand. I'm keeping it for sure, though. Let's bluff. Let's bluff the double green guy on turn 2. Ridazaki. All right, pattern matcher. I guess that's a fine follow-up to pup. Not really a real follow-up to pup, but I'll probably just go pup into pattern matcher here. Against another green deck. Green, very popular today. Let's go ahead and pup it up. Pup up the jams. Get it? Pup up the jams. See how good Plummet is in this green matchup. I'll go ahead and block. If you want to trade a growth cycle or whatever it is for my 2/2, I'm okay with it. Also means my opponent's probably not playing anything this turn, and fine by me. Yeah, they just don't have a land. Well, now I'm going to play... Oh, shoot, I didn't trade the right creature. Whatever, I'm going to go and still play Pattern Matcher here and just get another pup, because the Gravedigger can get the Pattern Matcher back. And pup it up. Go ahead, opponent. So, I do want to do a Biforce video of the Growth Cycle deck at some point. Let's see if they have another one. I'm ready for it. See, this is one of the ones, though, that you can just play it regardless of how many copies you have, because it's just a decent combat trick. So I can go Gift of Paradise into pup. And opponent is horrifically mana screwed, unfortunately. I have noticed with this format that the gameplay is really good. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of just, like, solid removal. Opponent, you know, I'm saying that because my opponent didn't get to play Magic this game, and I just have no real way to even know how to sideboard. I don't even know what their second color is, so there's just nothing here for me. So I think I'm just going to submit my deck. I guess, again, overcome on the draw is a lot worse, but we'll see what we're getting into here with match number 2. All right, back for game number 2. Opponent auto-mulliganed, and we've got what I consider to be a decent hand here. Reclaimer can... I don't really want to thin my deck when I have a 7-drop. But this doesn't seem like a bomb rare by any means. It's not amazing. It helps you filter lands out in the late game, and I think that's fine. 2-drop flash creature I don't know about in green. So my opponent mono green. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe? Netcaster Spider. That's why 2/2s just look so bad in this format. Let's just go and play our own Netcaster Spider and ship the turn. 4-drop. Still green. Brightwood Tracker, fine. All of this is fine. I don't mind just drawing more lands right now. Probably actually start activating this Reclaimer now, I think. Just to kind of get towards this being a 3/4. 3/4 seems like a decent stat line. We got us a pup. We're pupping it up. And I'm assuming no attacks. And we'll just sack a forest for a forest. Overcome. Sure. Well, I'm just going to play a forest and pass here. Opponent is building out a bigger board than us, that's for sure. But it looks like they did stumble on their land drop, so their expensive cards don't do anything. They have no way to use their mana on board. If they attack, I don't mind just taking a block here. No attacks at all. So what, no pump spells? No, they must be on just a bunch of different colored cards or something. Let's go ahead and sack a tapped forest. Not that it matters because of our hand. And we'll go fetch a forest. Maybe a swamp. Jesus. Alright, well we're going to Bone Splinter that. Okay, draw another land. Sack the Sentinel to kill that, I suppose. It's a little awkward since we do have the Meteor Golem coming up. I think that's a good one to probably kill. And I'm going to activate Reclaimer one more time because it's going to be a 3/4. But we are in that position where we want to use the Meteor Golem again. All right, well, whichever one. So I could block here and then block here. And then they go ahead and use their pump spell on this one. I get to just eat this wolf. Unless they have 2 pump spells, but I'm not buying that. Yeah. They can eat my Reclaimer here for a pump spell if they want to. Alright, that's fine too. So this will become a 3/4. Sack a swamp. Get a swamp. And they might have a second pump spell, in which case I just get completely owned here. They do. Ouch. Yo. Which is... Okay, so we lose our board then. Well, did they not have this play some other turn? Blood-soaked altar. Yeah, we're probably just going to lose this game now. Which is insane, considering we were looking pretty good. Why did I not play the altar? That was dumb. I should have this altar on board. Yowza. Alright, well, we got killed by double pump there. I was suspecting a pump, but the second one, maybe not so much. Maybe we were not suspecting the second pump there. Manifold key? Nah. Big beefy creatures don't seem as good. I like the Blade Brand, though. Maybe we bring in the Blade Brand. Blue or black. My opponent's just straight up monocolor. Guess pup could be okay as well. Dang, we got owned there. Like, completely owned. Okay, we don't want another pup, that's for sure. Plummet also against mono green. Still don't know that they're mono green, but they do have that stupid ambusher. Like, what a busted card. Why is it a rare? Anyway, let's go and see if we can mop up with game 3. All right, we're here for game 3. Functional hand, even though it's a 2-lander. It's pretty resilient, I would say. Blade Brand does match up well against my opponent's like pump spells. It just lets me trade off anyway when they're usually going to use those to keep their creature around. What? This card sucks. If you're not using like a lot of elemental strategies, this card is just not what you want to be doing, I don't think. Let's see if the opponent has a 2-drop. If not, they could just growth cycle the Greenwood Sentinel of their own. I'm fine trading my Greenwood Sentinel, though, so I'm going to attack with mine. Like, if they want to trade this, I'm okay with it. And we do need a 4th land to get going here, but we have Gravedigger plus Soul Salvage. Feels kind of nice. We have a pup. Centaur Courser. Sure. Nice little 1-2-3 from the opponent here. Nice, and we drew our land as well. So, we don't want to just play our pup here, or do we want to keep up Blade Brand? Opponent's in a position to be attacking with both their creatures now. Just going to keep up Blade Brand. And I could go for the double block on this Courser to bait the removal spell. Why don't I go block here, block here? My opponent pumps here, I Blade Brand here. Nah, I don't love that. I could just go block here. I mean, if my opponent uses a pump spell, they're not gonna... Yeah, this is fine. Go ahead and Blade Brand the skeleton. Now we just trade board. They get to play another creature, but that's fine. I've got Gravediggers for days. Let's see what... They might be missing a 4th land, so... Even if they have bigger creatures, we can probably outvalue them here with what we've got. Loman Shaman. Oh, they're going to shuffle my cards back? That would be really sweet. No, they shuffled theirs back. Alright. That's nice. That's nice. So let's go ahead and keep up. That doesn't make any sense. All right, let's go and play Gravedigger. Get back Sentinel. Could have gotten back Skeleton and replayed Skeleton, but that's fine. Also, by shuffling those creatures back, they actually decrease the chance of them hitting another land. I guess we didn't show many Gravediggers yet, but I'm going to block. Yeah, I'm fine with these trades. Opponent's trying to keep my board clear. And it's going to work a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of power to punish them here, right? I'm going to go Gravedigger, get back Gravedigger, and play Greenwood Sentinel. Look at this auto tapper. Look at that. 3, 4. Let's go ahead and dig us a grave. And then play Greenwood Sentinel and pass. Fourth land. That's kind of scary, right? Pup, 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 pup. Alright, well, if they attack, I'm double blocking. Ooh, Meteor Golem, but we're one off. So here I can go pup plus just get Skeleton back. That seems fine. Gravedigger, not necessary. Yeah, Meteor Golem seems fantastic. We can do that end of turn. Barkhide Troll. It's a nice one. Yeah, my opponent's just straight up mono green. Kind of interesting. This is the second monocolored deck I've seen here. So if I suspect they have one pump spell, then I just go block here and then take the 3. No, I do want to offer the double block, right? So if I go here and then I go here, I should put Gravedigger, I think, in front of the 3/3 so it dies. And then I go here. I get to get this 2/2 off board, and then I'm facing out a bunch of 3/3s with nothing on board, so maybe we should think about this a little bit more. I could triple block this Courser, or I could just block here. Is that right? Yeah, I don't need to force the double block. Let's just see if our opponent wants to use their growth cycle to save a wolf token. And then hopefully I just draw a 7th land. And if not, I can Gravedigger. I should have put Gravedigger in front of that, not the wolf token. Alright, let's go and get our skeleton back. Bone Splinters. So we can go Skeleton, Bone Splinters. Kill this 3/3. Or I can go Bone Splinters, Pup. Kill your Courser. And then play Gravedigger, get back Pup. That doesn't seem terrible either. Can't kill this thing. Yeah, let's just try and whittle the board down a little bit more. Veil of Summer, I guess, is a card they could have. No, what? No, oh my god, are you kidding me? So I tried to unclick that. Like, I clicked it down here so it wouldn't cast the skeleton. I meant to cast a Gravedigger there. That's really annoying. Alright, Barkhide Troll, I assume, is coming in. I'll just, I guess, block with the skeleton. Or, I guess, not block at all. I don't know why I did that. Jeez, like, what? Alright, let's go ahead and Meteor Golem down the, I guess, just the Sentinel here. Some sensitive clicking going on. And I'll attack with my Sentinel. I don't think they want to use their growth cycle on defense. Could target this to get the counter off of it, but I don't care about all that. They know I have a Gravedigger in my hand, plus I have Soul Salvage, so kind of gross. Could attack with my Gravedigger as well. I've got decent blocks on what they have here. They're probably an overcome deck of their own. Let's not get let's not get too greedy here. Okay. Pup. Okay, trade in a growth cycle for a Sentinel. I don't care about that very much. 5 mana. It's a sweet spot. Silverback Shaman, also a sweet one. Don't think you want to attack with your 3/3. Silverback Shaman is a card I have to worry about with pump spells, though, especially since the second one will give +5/+5. But I do think I'm going to go Gravedigger, get back, probably just Ferocious Pup. Play the Pup. And this will give me plenty of blockers for next turn. And we'll see what the opponent does. Netcaster Spider, sure. And no box. Okay. So, unfortunately, we're just going to sit here and look at each other for a little while. Going to keep lands in hand at this point. Feeling okay against a mono green deck. If they send in creatures, I can actually just chump with like Gravediggers to get Soul Salvage back. Still, I think going to leave lands in hand for now. There's that stupid Ambusher. That's a card that could just win the game for the opponent, though. Which is just really nasty that they don't have to cast spells now. They could build a big enough board that they could just win this game off of that card alone. Uh-oh. Did they draw the pump spell? Do we risk it? +8/+8? Or I'm sorry, it'd be +5. So if I put 9 power in front of it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then I trade 9 for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let them kill 2 creatures here. Oh, I didn't even put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, I only put 8 power in front. Wow, I'm an idiot. I am an absolute idiot. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wow, and they're going to go ahead and shuffle my cards back this time, I think. No, shuffle your own? Oh, okay. I mean, that's something. My opponent doesn't know they can shuffle their cards back. Man, I screwed up so bad there. And I, of course, drew a swamp. Well, I can Soul Salvage back a Gravedigger and Meteor Golem just to have the Meteor Golem in my hand next turn. Or I could go Gravedigger, Gravedigger, right? No, that's going to use 4 mana. Let's just go Gravedigger, Meteor Golem. Play Gravedigger plus Sanitarium Skeleton. Get back Greenwood Sentinel. I guess I'll play Greenwood Sentinel. Well, I screwed up this game extremely badly. I don't know what I was thinking there. I should have put 1 extra power in front of that thing. My opponent's going to swing with everything. And we're going to look at blocks here. I'm not going to play around my opponent having maybe another pump spell. They've still got a 5/4 trampler or 2. Yeah, I've screwed up this game to the point where I'm not going to win. Let's go chump, double block. Let's see. Just let me set up some profitable trades here and see how it looks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down to 3. I Meteor Golem that. They have another 3/3 on board. Just don't think it's worth blocking that. I mean, if I double block here and then chump block 3 and then trade this for a Loman, or I guess trade that for a Loman Shaman. Put this in front of a 3/3, take 2, 3, 4, 9 down to 4, and just hope they didn't top deck a removal spell or a pump spell. This gets the Ambusher off board, so they don't get another free blocker. And then I have to Meteor Golem down the 5/4. And another pup, sure. The pup, I guess, is okay. I mean, it's just a 2/2, really. Soul Salvage. Alright, so if I play Meteor Golem, kill this, they're going to draw a card. Meteor Golem can block the 3/3. That's 2, 4, 5. I have a blocker. Alright, well, let's go. I can only go Golem plus Skeleton. And I have to kill the 5/4 Trampler. I don't like drawing my opponent a card here. And that's on you. So the blocks are pretty easy. Meteor Golem on the 3/3. Maybe not. Let's see. Maybe I chump the 3/3 and then Meteor Golem on a 2/3. This would put me at 1. And if they drew a pump spell again, I'm just dead. Although, attack with the pups, I suppose. Sure. 2 creatures? What? Gift of Paradise? Maybe that helps here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I mean, 3 extra life is something. Play a land. Go ahead and cast Soul Salvage. I think I get back Gravedigger plus, what, Ferocious Pup? That doesn't seem bad. I have 8 mana, so that's going to leave me with 5. I think it's... If I get back Gravedigger, I block, that's 2, 4, 5. I'm going to be at 7. Get back Gravedigger plus Pup. I think it's Pup. And then I can play Gravedigger. Might be right to just play Pup, though, and get back Skeleton to have a chump block. Okay, go ahead, opponent. Oh, I'm at 4 life, though. Opponent's still just in the phase of sending everything in, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and do some profitable blocks again. Let's say block here, chump block there. That still puts me at 1 again. Just infinitely at 1 life. Alternatively, I can go ahead and eat a 2/2. Chump here, chump. Yeah, I can't afford to fool around. So Meteor Golem here, 2/2 on a 2/2. Ferocious Pup is going to block a 3/3. And this has me going down to 1 again with no board versus 3 lethal creatures. Maybe 4. And at any point in time, I am dead to a pump spell. So let's see. I can play Meteor Golem, or I can get Gravedigger, get back Ferocious Pup, play Gravedigger, Pup plus Skeleton. Meteor Golem destroys a 3/3. I think I'm going to play it super safe here. Get back Pup again. Yeah. And then play my Skeleton and pass. No, my opponent's still at 1,000,000 life, but they've drawn 5 lands. Like, at some point they have to draw something that's not, like, spells, right? I guess they Loman Shaman some stuff back into the deck. What? What? What's with these people today? I'm at 1 life, opponent. I'm at 1. Okay. Maybe Arena's just making our opponents concede. Look, I'm a pro, man. Like, get back some pups and my opponents explode. Jesus. All right. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We're just going to jump into match 3. Match 4. All right. We're undeservedly here for match 4 with the most mulligan hand of all time. Overcome in the opening hand. This one I like. Again, tough decision. We have the Gift of Paradise. We have the Meteor Golem. Maybe I'd pitch the Gift and keep the Golem, or just pitch like the Pup or the Sentinel or something like that and hope that Meteor Golem stabilizes. I think I'm going to pitch Sentinel. That card's just so unimpactful. Basically, I'd be using it as a way to trade off, and my opponent's going to have flyers, then that won't matter. Bone Splinters is a nice draw with the pup. Like I'm expecting blue-white maybe. Oh, no 2-drop is nice. Let's go ahead and play the Burglar. Let's burgle. Dormammu. I've come to burglar. Yeah, black-white, huh? Griffin Sentinel. All right, we can take a beating from a Griffin Sentinel for now. I also get to attack into it, which is kind of nice. And I think I just play pup. Yeah, I'm just going to play pup here. I can go land Gift of Paradise Bone Splinters next turn. This gets better attackers on board. Oh, please put an aura on this Sentinel. Please put the +0/+2. Glare Aegis. Okay, I'll take that as well. Oh, please, just load up. They can hit me for 8 this turn. Do it. Do it, opponent. Oh, destroy tapped creature. Nice little combo, I guess. Nice little combo. Or we could play Mammoth Spider next turn and see if our opponent has an answer to that. Don't get to attack this turn, but Bone Splinters might be better served on a different creature. Let's go on the forest, I suppose. And don't want to just Bone Splinters here. Take 2. See if my opponent plays something more threatening. No, I'm just going to go and Bone Splinters this thing. Sorry, pup. Get this little attack for 2 in. And I can play a Mammoth Spider next turn if they do have like a Dawning Angel or something like that. Granted, they're playing black-white, so they probably have good removal. Oh, Master Splicer is actually a lot better than a Dawning Angel. We are 1 off from casting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight up casting a Meteor Golem, though. So let's see. They could have Pacifism or something along those lines for the Spider. Bone Splinters of their own. Murder. Who knows? Removal spell. Could double block here. That seems silly. Against white deck. Against the pump spell colored deck. Pattern Matcher. Oh no, do you have another Matter Reshaper? Or Master Splicer? They don't. Nice. So let's go ahead and pop... What do we pop here? The 4/4 token or Master Splicer and make their creatures a little weaker? Popping Master Splicer seems odd, right? I can attack with Mammoth Spider, and if they double block, I can kill the Pattern Matcher, or I can deal 3 to Pattern Matcher, and then I can Meteor Golem down the Splicer, but then I still have to deal with this 3/3. I think it's better just to play Meteor Golem and kill one of the 4/4s. Probably the token. That way they can't, like, Soul Salvage or something. And this at least puts us at parity, although I have no cards. My opponent has 3. Granted, their best play last turn was a Hill Giant. Gauntlets of Light, sure. Okay. Did they mean to put that on the Pattern Matcher? Plummet. Okay, well that has a safe against another flyer. Really, I'm just looking for a, yeah, that was weird. Why the Gauntlets of Light? Maybe there's a follow-up play here I don't know about. Dawning Angel, sure. I'm not going to plummet that yet because I have the Mammoth Spider to hold back anyway. And a Netcaster Spider. Man, our deck is just not aggressive at all. We have, like, no way to kill creatures. Oh, I guess they did that, so... I guess that makes a little bit more sense, right? Okay, I see why my opponent played that now. Fenlurker? Alright, well, we'll go ahead and kill your Dawning Angel, and then I'll have nothing to exile with the Fenlurker. So 1/1 that can pump itself for 3 mana. Not amazing, right? Something like a Bone Splinters would be awesome. Ooh, Gravedigger's perfect, right? Gravedigger into Pupperino? Or maybe I just send Meteor Golem in here. Try to get my opponent. Yeah, let's get them. Let's get them. They might not even block. Nice one. So... I think I'm fine just holding Gravedigger, although they have another Fenlurker. That doesn't seem very likely. What's the appeal of going Gravedigger into Pup or something like that? Is Overrun being a lot better? Or Overcome, if you will. I think I can hold this Gravedigger. This makes it look like I have a pump spell. Obviously, Bone Splinters would be awesome. I'm going to keep that in hand and make the same exact attack here. My opponent can trade their Fenlurker if they want. Just to kind of feel out the waters a little bit. Okay, Blade Brand is fine. So let's go ahead and dig some graves. And my opponent's going to know about the Meteor Golem, of course. But that means we get to blow something up next turn, barring like a Mind Rot or something. I'll keep this Swamp in hand in case my opponent has a Soul Salvage or something to get the Fenlurker back. I can pitch the Swamp instead of the Meteor Golem. Mind Rot would get me pretty good, but I've yet to see people main deck in Mind Rot. Although it's looked pretty good against me and pretty good against my opponents the whole time. Very grindy matchups, right? We going all in on the Splicer. Best thing about Meteor Golem, it's colorless. It's safe from God's Willin'. You ain't stopping that. Alright, so if my opponent drew something super relevant, worth playing, they might actually hold it here. Skeleton. Alright, well, I am going to play the Meteor Golem, and I'm just going to pop Master Splicer. Maybe that's still wrong. I don't know. They are playing black. Just going to pop this stupid Pattern Matcher. I don't want them to have a chance to get this Splicer back. And I could go for a huge attack here. They probably have some sort of pump spell, but they kill like one creature. I get in 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that seems fine. Maybe I keep Mammoth Spiderback. Oh, this, right, this is basically a 3/3. Do I try to feel the waters here? Like, they probably have, like, another Blade Brand or something based on how they're playing. Nah. And I'm going to hold tight here for a second with the land drop and the Skeleton. Just because Skeleton's not going to change this board very much. And if I draw something that makes it good, then I can just play it anyway. Alright, my opponent is kind of on this Gauntlet deck. Which I think I should be fine against. Oh, give it flying, yes. So that creature is now suddenly enormous. 6/6 flyer that can untap itself. Maybe I can race that, though. I've already used a Plummet. I've already used 1 Bone Splinters. I have a couple Chump Blocks if need be. Oh, they're just untap right away. Alright, well, if I attack with everything, I get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage in. They eat my Mammoth Spider. If I attack with all of these, I get 2, 4, 6 at least, and get to keep my Mammoth Spider. I think I'm just all in here. I gotta race this. Eat a wolf token? Come on, opponent. What do you... They're playing very cautiously. They might be scared of pump spells, obviously. And they're super tapped out, so I kind of get it. Well, Plummet's good against an opponent who's playing Angelic Wings. Herald of the Sun. Alright, so I don't think we're racing anymore, and we're actually dead next turn. 10. Ooh. Actually, are we just dead next turn? 10, 14, 15... Hold on. 10, 11, 12. That's how much damage they can do. I can alter here and make a 5/5. Also, I have spiders. So I can go attack, 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 attack. And they just take 2. Or I could play alter and play a much longer game here. It does lower my life total, but the Herald at least gets blanked here, and I can keep like my Netcaster Spider and stuff on defense. Alright, let's go and ship here. Let's ship and see what happens. Another Glaring Aegis? Dread Presence, what? Plus a Swamp? What? Oh, I thought Dread Presence was doing this little graphic on my life total, but it's the Skeleton. Don't worry, boys. It's the Skeleton. Ooh, Pattern Matcher? That can fetch up another Gravedigger. Gravedigger does a whole lot of nothing. Or I can get back Skeleton and start making more 5/5s. Alternatively, I can just, I could get Skeleton. Yeah, let's go Pattern Matcher, get back Skeleton, make another Demon. Let's just do that first, I think. Again, the Skeletons are a nice little combo. You get to loop 2 of them. Use one for sacrifice fodder and the other one for discard. Alright, and I think I'm actually going to attack with Meteor Golem here. Because then I can... What's with the scoops, man? Jeez, the people with the scoops. This game's not over, opponents. Por qué? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I like Blade Brand. So lets me jam in, right? No, we didn't see black removal spells from them, really. Didn't see much of anything. Anvil Rot Raptor, not matching up well against what they have. I wish I had more plummets and stuff. This would be the match where I really want them. We could probably ditch Overcome here. I think this is going to be more a matchup about trying to stabilize against their like game plan of going all in on the auras. Could see bringing in a Disenchant and some Scuttlemutts, maybe a God's Willing or something. That doesn't seem correct, though. Yeah, nothing else here seems super important. I mean, our removal is just the key to this matchup. Kill something that they want to load a bunch of auras on. Go ahead and cut Overrun. Most likely to be a dead card. And we'll go ahead and come back for game 2. Everybody's scooping against us today. Alright, we're back for match 3. This hand is the real testament of how greedy I want to be. Plummet seems great against them, right? And Bone Splinters is obviously really good against them, but we have nothing to sacrifice. And we need lands and creatures. I think I just have to mulligan this. And yeah, this is a lot better. We have a lot of the same cards minus the stupid stuff. Question is, what do we want to get rid of? Not the Skeleton, not the Gravedigger. I think it's just Pup. I think I will pitch the Pup. Yeah, and we wanna draw lands. And I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to draw lands. So outside of Master Splicer, I think all of their cards were flyers. I mean, they had Master Splicer and Pattern Matcher. Well, here's a Daybreak Chaplain, so there goes that theory. Let's just play this and hold up a Plummet. Maybe they go, give this flying, load some auras on it. Fen Lurkers, kind of annoying. Maybe Soul Salvage is the worst card in my hand here. Most likely to just be a dead card. Yeah, I'll pitch a Soul Salvage. I have 2 in my deck as well, so I think that's fine. Should have blocked. Didn't block. Just go and pass here. A little awkward. These ground creatures are going to be nice against us. Yeah, Master Splicer. Okay, we're going to just get wrecked, it looks like. Need you to play your flyers, opponent. Alright, that's decent. So, unfortunately, I only have 1 black mana, so I guess it's not that decent. Just go Bone Splinters and kill your 3/3. They don't have a lot of damage on board. This is a very slow game plan, but it's fine. Hopefully Plummet finds something it can kill. I think Swamp might be my best draw. Griffin Sentinel, sure. Don't want to Plummet now. Probably, because I'm going to use all my mana. Don't love it, but I think that's probably right. Netcaster Spider is actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty good card right there. Blocks these 2 dorks on the ground. I guess also blocks the Chaplain. Okay, there's an Angelic Gift. That still doesn't attack into Netcaster Spider unless they have a plan here. Oh, the Shame Scoop! The Shame Scoop! Yes, and our hand sucked. Man, we're just getting scoops left and right. It's like a Dairy Queen up in here. There's scoops everywhere. Yeah, I said it. Oh my god. The shame scoop. They forgot about Reach. Well, that happens. All right, we broke even. We didn't deserve basically any of our wins, and we get to keep playing here, so we're going to jump into match 5. Three, two, one. All right, thank you, London Mulligan. Yeah, this is a fine hand. I think probably just ditch the plummet because we don't know how good it's going to be, right? If we knew the matchup, then there would be some reason to keep the plummet there. I don't feel like I've deserved my wins today, but I'm going to take them. Gosh darn it. Another green deck. Green seems really strong in this format, and maybe there's something to say with how many people are playing green. 2-2. Sentinel. Barkhide Troll. I can't block that one. That's annoying. Well, thankfully I drew something that gets to at least let me use my mana. We do have a nice curve, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just doesn't really stop my opponent. Hopefully they play a 3-drop here. Yes, and I can go ahead and Agonize and siphon off the 3-3. Ooh, Alter's a nice game plan. So let's go and kill this while they can't give it hexproof, and that even sets us up to attack for 4 here. Green, I'm assuming. Also assuming not another monocolor deck. I mean, Diamond Knight probably going to get pretty big. Loman Shaman, okay. I'm going to get hit back for 2, and then I'm going to swing back at my opponent, I think. Land would be... I mean, land is just good draws, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and Jammerino. I will take whatever trades they want to take here. Probably Loman Shaman in front of the Lifelinker. Probably no block with Diamond Knight is what I would do. And we get to go and play the largest of all the spiders, the Mammoth Spider. Part Mammoth, part Spider. No flavor text. Ooh, Greenwood Sentinel. I mean, get your Diamond Knight bigger, boy. Yeah, we're not blocking that. Feral Invocation would be my guess for what my opponent has. Oh, combo assembled. Also, this is just a nice chump blocker for now while we set up. Yeah, I would definitely guess Feral Invocation on the Diamond Knights. Although Feral Invocation is one of my opponent's last cards, I'm not super worried about it. Okay, you got a 4-4. Not too worried about a fofo. And let's go ahead and just slam our Altar while we have 6 mana. And we'll probably just start making demons here and hope to race the opponent. Maybe. Because I don't have great blocks on them. Just another mono green deck. It's so interesting. Like, what happens if I just go here? And then here. That seems fine. Invocation, the Greenwood Sentinel? Oh, Growth Cycle. Why was I not thinking they could possibly have Growth Cycle? Alright, so I do lose Spider. Yeah, that's kind of nasty. Gift of Paradise is a fine draw. So I can go Gift into Skeleton into Make a Demon, right? Gain a little bit of life back as well. And we're definitely going to have to demon them out here. Might have to take a really big hit next turn, but we'll see. Green, outside of Rabid Bite, really can't deal with this demon unless they draw a Mammoth Spider or something. This would be 9, 10, 11. If they have Feral Invocation, it's like 14. Vorse Claw, sure. Okay, so that Sentinel's probably not attacking then. Do they want to trade their Knight for a Demon? Because that's probably what they're thinking about is do I double block? Pattern Matcher. So I can go Skeleton, Pattern Matcher, Ooh, that's actually really good. Skeleton, then Pattern Matcher to fetch up the other skeleton, and then make another demon. And this puts them dead to the 2 demons next turn. As long as I don't die. So let's go... Oh, never mind. That's not in my hand, is it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Pattern Matcher. Make a demon. Keep the 2/2 wolf on defense. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the best way to do this? I'm just going to go chump chump, really. Maybe I just go... I do need to make another demon this turn, right? Yeah, let's go... Yeah, let's go... I don't think it matters that much. We're going to go Matcher here. Decline. Let's get Skeleton back to our hand, and then we'll turn this wolf into a demon. And Pattern Matcher is just going to block the biggest thing I can, and hopefully I don't die, and I get to kill him with some demons. So they could have a reach creature, they could have a rabid bite, they could have a plummet. If I block here, I take 11, 12, 13. Another growth cycle would kill me. Feral Invocation, I think, would come 1 damage shy of killing me. Huh. Do I even block this? Double growth cycle would kill me. I don't think I even blocked that. That's a bizarre attack. Okay, they do have an answer. Nice. Gravedigger. Sure. So, attack with both my demons. They have to block. And then I have to deal with 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures next turn, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Also, both my demons are lethal next turn. I just go Gravedigger here into Ferocious Pup and have enough blockers. And then I can just block everything except the wolf. I guess I could just straight up make another demon, right? Yeah, okay. Neat. So against mono green, just a stompy deck, we definitely want Bladebrand. I said we definitely want Bladebrand. I don't know that there's anything else here that really matters that much. It is nice to know God's will and his protection from my opponent's deck, but whatever. The 2/2s are just jank. They don't do it. Plummet doesn't do anything. This is the second mono green matchup. Yeah, maybe just want to pup over the whatchamacallit because it's another body. Overcome doesn't seem relevant here, but what am I bringing in? Maybe the Manifold Key? Maybe a Wolfkin Bond of my own or the Flyer. I guess the Flyer is decent, right? If we get in a board stall, the Flyer gets to hit, but my opponent's going to try to make big green creatures. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and dump Overcome and run it like this. All right, we're on the draw for game 2. I think we mulligan this hand for sure. Nothing to target with Bladebrand is a little awkward. And here, I think we're just supposed to pitch the altar. This is not a good hand, but it's functional, right? And by that I mean it's a hand. There are cards in it. Doesn't stack up too well against what my opponent's doing. All right, another swamp was good. I was gonna say I might not activate this thing. I am gonna activate it instead of getting in for 1 damage, just because a 3/4 seems relevant against my opponent. We got a Diamond Knight here, Centaur Courser, Gift of Paradise. Sure. Let's go swamp, sack swamp. So opponent's gonna get the beef out really early on. Makes me wish I had a Sedge Scorpion or something. That'd be really good for this matchup. Let's go ahead and get our Pupperino on, and I am going to attack this turn for obvious reasons. We're going to use all our mana. Had I not drawn the 3rd land last turn, I probably would not have activated this just to give me a better chance of drawing lands. We've got a Mammoth Spider really early out of the gates here. Soul Salvage is a nice one. Looks like just another pup turn, though. Let's go and pup it up. Pup up the jams. and pass. See if our opponent starts stacking some big boys on top. I'm going to block with a Ferocious Pup just to have something to Gravedigger back. The Knight on turn 4 is a little bit less threatening now that my opponent's cast some green cards. Ooh, Meteor Golem. Really far off from that, but seems fine by me. Probably just activating Reclaimer here and passing. Opponent didn't have like a Vorse Claw or anything to add to the board. Maybe sitting on some pump spells, but I would have attacked if I were them. Oh, hey, look, Vorse Claw or something. It's that thing I said. Let's go ahead and activate, sack in Forest, fetch in Forest. Shaboom. And Netcaster Spider, we'll just run it out and pass. Maybe some argument for using the Reclaimer there, but what have it. Lots of forests. I'm going to see an attack with a Vorse Claw, maybe. Don't really want to run into that. Wow, with the Diamond Knight, too. So, Feral this, if they have one pump spell, I guess I want to put 6 toughness in front of this thing. Like that. And then I'm fine blocking here. I don't really care about taking this 3 from the spider. I'm putting enough toughness in for this thing to die even through a single pump spell. Growth Cycle would make this a 6/6, or Feral Invocation would make it a 5/5. So if they cast one spell and that's all they have, they get to eat a wolf plus a Netcaster Spider, and that seems fine. I do lose a pretty large amount of my board. Also drew a little bit of a blank there, but I think it's fine. I get to go ahead and attack, though, for 3, which is something. And play a Gravedigger. And get back, I guess, just Pup. It's good blockers for now. I need to get to this Meteor Golem, but even Mammoth Spider is decent on this board. Opponent has 1 card left. I think I'm just going to block here. Okay, Feral Invocation's gross. Does mean I don't get to just free block that with my Mammoth Spider. Oh, Bone Splinters was a good draw. So maybe I can... I don't think I'm supposed to start racing them, but maybe I can. I can just block with my Pup token. Or maybe not, because I'm going to Bone Splinters it away. But through Soul Salvage and whatnot, maybe I can just block forever. I am going to Bone Splinters Vorse Claw. Question is, am I attacking with everything? Yeah, I think so. And I will go ahead and splinter you, my friend. Yeah, I'll sack the Pup. Might take another hit for 5 here. Could just block with this wolf. But I think we're in a racing situation. Oh, no. That was an incredible top deck. So this can turn lands into 5/5s, which is not a thing I want to be dealing with. And what can I do about it? Basically nothing. Yeah, how insane was that? Attack with everything. Take 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I'm just going to pass here. They get a 5/5 every turn in this game, essentially. Untap target land you control. Okay. I think if they had untapped this, they could make another one. But granted, this would be a 5/5, but they could have made 2 5/5s here. And they have something relevant in their graveyard? Oh, checking for the growth cycle? Is that what's up? Am I just dead? Does that mean I need to block for everything? Or is my opponent just I don't know. Look, if their last card's growth cycle, I'm not winning this game anyway. So maybe I try to... Actually, I can't beat growth cycle, so let's try to just trade as much as we can. So if I go block like this, I get to trade something for Wake Root, 2 things for the 5/5, and then Mammoth Spider deals 5, but if their last card's a pump spell, I die. I could also go chump and try to eat this, then they growth cycle. I'm gonna play as though they don't have growth cycle. Just because they looked at the graveyard doesn't necessarily mean they do, but if they have it, I'm gonna lose anyway, because they get to just blow me out in combat here. And it looks like they have it, or another Feral Invocation. Wow, that Wake Root thing was just an absurd top deck. Just gave them 10 extra power on board, and I felt like we were, pretty good there, but we get to at least play a game 3 here, and I think my deck's fine against their deck. Can't do much about the Wake Root guy, but I think we'll be okay. Wolfkin Bond. Yeah, I don't love the Wolfkin Bond. Kind of like the Overcome a little bit more on the play. Anvil Rot Raptor, I guess, can come out. Okay. Yeah, I don't care about the Loman Shaman either. Let's go and run it for game 3. All right. We got a respectable hand for game 3. Respectable is how I would describe this. Netcaster Spider, gives me some way to use these if nothing else. Okay, the pup was a lot better as far as using those goes. Because the pup can pick up the Bone Splinters and the wolf can pick up the Blade Brand. So I am going to lead with pup here. Should be a little bit choosy about which creatures I am killing with my stuff. Netcaster's fine. I'll play my own Netcaster. Or I guess Pattern Matcher. Yeah, Pattern Matcher fetches up another pup. Just draws me a card. And we'll pass. If they attack with the spider, I think I'm fine just blocking with Pattern Matcher. Thicket Crasher. So am I Bone Splintering right away, or am I attacking with Pattern Matcher? I did not draw a land, so I get to do one thing. And one thing only. Or I guess I get to go 3-drop plus Bone Splinters. So I do think I'm going to attack with Pattern Matcher here. And then I'm going to Bone Splinters the Thicket Crasher and play a 3-drop. Probably Netcaster Spider. They're going to follow up with probably a bigger creature. But I think it's going decently so far. I have a Blade Brand for the next big thing that comes down. I mean, Wake Root would be bad. Not like bad, but pretty bad. Mammoth Spider, I was thinking, would not be as bad. And Meteor Golem without a lot of lands is kind of janky. So I can go attack with these two. They go block, block. I Blade Brand the Pattern Matcher, and then I play Blood Burglar. Seems okay. Just buying time to draw lands. Also, Blade Brand possibly just gives me a land drop here. And if they don't block, that's fine too. If they block the other way around, that seems fine as well. Either way, I'm threatening to trade Blade Brand here. On offense or defense, really. Alright, 6-drop. Is it the Vorst? Diamond Knight. The Diamond Knight with 3 cards left in hand, I'm okay with. No attacks, what? Porque. Ooh, another Bone Splinters. No lands, though. So, what's the attack look like here? It definitely looks like it's pump time on the opponent. But if they have just a bunch of pump spells, I can play this really slow, right? I could even just Bone Splinter something. Just Bone Splinters off this Mammoth Spider, or maybe the Diamond Knight. But that is my one Bone Splinters that I have left, right? Could attack with a 3/3. Actually, could just attack with the Netcaster Spider. And then anything it blocks is fine. I want to block with something that threatens them, though. I think I'm going to go for the Pattern Matcher. Because any block plus a Blade Brand I'm fine with. Sure. Come on, Blade Brand. Hit a land. Hit a land. Hit a land. Hit a land. Yes, yes. Very good. Alright, let's go ahead and pup it up. And going for the Feral Invocation, end of turn, sure. So using our mana up. Don't have to worry about that too much right now. I have the Bone Splinters for that. And 2 more lands gives me a Meteor Golem. Wolfkin Bond's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of power on board all of a sudden. But I think I'm just going to Bone Splinters this thing. And don't even see a need to use Soul Salvage yet. Just playing it super slow, trying to kill all my opponent's threats here, and then use my value engine to kind of kill them. I have not drawn a Gravedigger yet either. And I've dealt with basically everything they played without dying yet. Healer of the Glade, sure. This is the price you pay for playing mono green. They have 1 card in hand. And there we go. This should just about wrap it up. Maybe not this turn, but the fact that I can just jam this Meteor Golem in and Soul Salvage it back is pretty nutso. I'm also just going to attack with everything here. They can eat something. They can eat a couple creatures here, but I'm going to get aggressive before Wakeroot Elemental can come down and stabilize the board too much. If their last card's a Pump Spell, all it does is let them trade that Pump Spell for like Netcaster Spider, which isn't even that great. Oh, was the healer blocking? What? Okay, well, they're not blocking Netcaster Spider. Oh, they have another Feral Invocation. Growth Cycle, sure. Why not kill my Netcaster? I guess the lifelink bothers them, but they're just super dead now, right? Maybe not. I mean, if they play a big fatty here. Overcome, not lethal. I think I'm just supposed to Soul Salvage for Overcome next turn. Yeah, so let's not get greedy here. They might even scoop to the Soul Salvage. Let's get 2 2-drops if we can. We can't, so let's go Blood Burglar and Ferocious Pup. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't play both these things. That's fine. I'm going to go Pup plus Pattern Matcher since I can't play them both anyway. And then the Pup should make a lethal Overcome next turn. Basically add 6 extra power to the board with Overcome, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 trample damage. Good game. Alright, another mono green deck in the books. It's 2 mono green decks, like what? I'm assuming they took Wave Triton, not Wave Crash Triton, the Wakeroot Elemental, and just decided to go mono green. But it's interesting to see 2 of these decks in the same draft, essentially. Unless somehow we played against the same person twice, but those didn't feel like the same deck. Ooh, Spectral Sailor, very nice. Anyway, somehow we managed to claw our way all the way up after a Game 1 loss, and we get to play 1 more match. Win or loss, we're in there, and we made our gems back. So pretty happy. Let's go ahead and shut up and play the match. And we're back for the final match. Overcome in our opening hand. What do you think of that? Not a great hand by any means, but we're going to pup it up on turn 3 and Soul Salvage nothing, and see if we play against one of the flyer decks. It's another green deck. It's just another stinking green deck against Jing Jangler. Ah, blue-green, though. Elementals. Elementals are strong. Puppy Longstocking. Alright, no Risen Reef, no Risen Reef, no Risen Reef, no Risen Reef. Risen Reef just scares the ever-living mess out of me. Could be a Thicket Crasher. They have access to 4 mana here. No red, though. Just saying that because I can. No red. What are we hoping to draw right now? I don't know. Gift of Paradise, something to do. I guess more Ferocious Pups. Yeah, then got a Thick Boy. Pattern Matcher's pretty good draw. I don't hate it. Basically cantrips and gives me something that can block the Thicket Crasher. And we'll go and pass. Yeah, Pattern Matcher was actually pretty decent there. If Thicket Crasher attacks, I'm probably just blocking. Seems like a decent overcome hand. Unfortunately, not able to get any real damage in. Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and pop this Thicket Crasher now. It does cut off the 4 creatures for the Leafkin Druid as well. Soul Salvage is for days. Let's go ahead and Splinter, Saccharino, and then I'll just play another pup here and pass. No point really attacking with the wolf, since I kind of want to hold it back on blocks for Frostlinks. Well, my opponent didn't play like a Boreal Elemental or anything, so that's something. Keep that blue mana up. Scuttlemutt. So possibly red elementals in the deck as well, would be my guess. Scarecrow. Of course. Look at it. It's clearly a Scarecrow. I could attack with my 3/3. I think that's fine. Some flash creature. Get in there, Pattern Matcher. I would like to Soul Salvage this turn for full value if I can. Yeah, just taking 3. That makes sense. I'm going to go and pass. Getting little bits of damage in is pretty nice here, although my hand is kind of awkward. It's very diverse. Let's call it diverse. It's a fancy way of saying it doesn't do anything. Opponent's keeping up Convolute possibly as well. Another thick boy. And no attack. So they have an extra mana as well with this thing. Yeah, I guess I'll just play Greenwood Sentinel and pass. Can't convolute. Oh, I guess they could convolute that. Who cares? If they want to convolute my Greenwood Sentinel, so be it. But they are being careful about keeping that blue mana up. Which leads me to believe they have a reactive loot spell. Might just be unsummon or something along those lines, but you never know. 2 in hand from the opponent. Doesn't seem like anything like super huge. If they had a Vorse Call, they would have played one by now. Alright, so what do I really want to get hit by an overcome? Or, not an overcome, a convolute. If I play the altar, which I think is really good in this matchup, it's just not going to work. If I go for overcome, they have no reason to really block my creatures. Could go for Soul Salvage. I could also just attack with my Pattern Matcher. Yeah, let's just attack with Pattern Matcher here. And hope they don't have a 4/4 Flash Wolf. Probably don't block again. And then, should I just go for a Soul Salvage on this pup? Again, I'm trying to bait a Convolute, but I don't think they'll do it. Does make overcome better if I have a bunch of bodies on board. If they have Convolute and they're willing to use it, they use it on the Soul Salvage there. Otherwise, I get the pup in my hand. No, they might not even be interested in really convoluting, but that Soul Salvage there was just another copy of Ferocious Pup, basically. I have 11 damage on board, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 25 overcome damage. But either of these I could see being kind of like my ticket to just winning this game. And I don't want to be too hasty and just run it out. I mean, I can cast it next turn, right? Could also block this with a million things here. Opponent has a billion mana. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Okay. Make that 11. Oh, Scuttlemutt for the red? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Scuttlemutt. Alright, what's it gonna be? Opponent clearly has a choice, which leads me to believe that they can only cast one of the 2 cards in their hand. Ooh, Voracious Hydra. Alright, well, I think I just win with Overcome now, because the Hydra can only block one thing, 18, 19, with Trample. Alright, so if they block the biggest thing with Trample, that just gets eaten. They have 5 toughness, This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. They can block 5 of it, so Overcome just kills them. This blocks the biggest one. Block, 2 plus 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so I don't think there are any blocks they can do to get them out of this. Voracious Hydra is a very good card. Also nice that it's never symmetrical. Opponent's trying to figure out blocks here. Power to them. Fortunately for us, it doesn't matter. We did the math. Boom. -1. All right. Like I said, Overcome, Blood-Soaked Altar, both avenues to win there. Very interesting. If our opponent did have something reactive in hand, they didn't have to go all in on that Hydra. So that's a little weird. Not like weird. Blade Brand, again, pretty good. Blade Brand's just been fine this whole time. They have 0-3s and whatnot. They have Frost Lynxes. They have clearly some elemental stuff going on. Maybe not. They just played good elemental cards. Scuttlemates. Yeah, I don't see a need to really bring anything in yet. Again, Veil of Summer, we didn't see any blue removal spells, Sleep Paralysis, or I guess this counters Convolute as well, right? Draw a card if they cast spells you control can't be countered. Yeah, but we didn't see a Convolute, so we're not going to board in against it. Plummet, we didn't see anything for Plummet. Let's just cut that and play a Blade Brand, and maybe I want to go up a Loman Shaman and down like a Greenwood Sentinel, because they do have the 0-3, so that seems fine. Let's go and run it back for game 2. All right, game 2 could be our final match. I like this hand. Doesn't deal with a gigantic Voracious Hydra, but it seems reasonable to me. Don't get started on until turn 3 either, but Siphon could be good here. Bone Splinters can deal with the giant Hydra. Let's see what they lead off with here. Thornwood Falls. Okay, well, that turn wasn't that bad. I'm going to play the Loman Shaman and just pass. Sure, I'll target you. Just because this can attack through the Leafkin Druid. The Druid of the Leafkin. No, they have the Risen Reef. Alright, well, we're going to siphon that before they get too much value off of it. This card is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. It's one of those kill on sight cards. Also, take 3 opponent for your transgressions. You've done too much. Like, they got a free land off this. They've ramped twice. I only have 1 Bone Splinters. And I don't really have anything I want to hit with Bone Splinters. Boreal Elemental. That also costs extra mana to Bone Splinters. I'm going to play Netcaster Spider and pass here. I would love to go Gravedigger into Pattern Matcher, into Bone Splinters, the Gravedigger, or something like that, but that's a lot of work. If they have an answer to a Netcaster Spider, they might use it. Hopefully they just have like a Sleep Paralysis or something. See if they want to trade. No. Okay, so I always hate killing this thing. This is such a feel-bad common. It's just going to give them an extra card, but I can go Skeleton, Bone Splinters, your monkey. Could also just play Pattern Matcher as a 3/3. Gravedigger for 0 value. I'm just going to give them a card here. I don't know. Is Bone Splinters... Did you just play a big creature, then I'm down my Splinters? Alright, we're doing it. This card's a little bit too good as a common, I think. But that's just a me thing. That's just a me thing. Love to draw lands here. Because I am setting myself up for getting destroyed quite easily. They just play a Hydra now. They have it fight or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can have it come down as a 4/4. Cloudkin Seer. Wow, my opponent's deck is really good. Just have a laundry list of the best cards in every color. Like, look at... None of these cards are bad. They're clearly the upper tier of their colors. Risen Reef is probably one of the best uncommons. Thicket Crasher's good. They also have a billion mana again. We're getting Stomperino'd. I'm going to play that first to set up the pattern matcher, I think, and just pass. Unfortunately, we haven't drawn enough lands to get to the point where we can do anything super interesting. Our opponent knows about the Overcome. I don't think we're stealing a game with Overcome here. Meteor Golem. Killing Netcaster Spider, sure. Into Woodland Champion, sure. Turn everything sideways, sure. Block. Take a billion, untap, play Gravedigger probably. Gravedigger is pretty sad here. It's gonna get Shaman or Netcaster Spider. Unfortunately, I have not drawn enough lands to really like keep up with my opponent's mana. Their deck is just, look at their deck. It's fantastic. Show me a card that's even like average. This thing, another Crasher. Like, can I draft with your arena bots? Sure, this can go here. This can block here to save some damage. I can't win this game having not drawn lands. My opponent just keeps playing Crasher, 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 Crasher. Alright, we'll try this again. We'll try this again, but I don't have high hopes. Every single card my opponent played is decent. I've still got average cards in my deck. Maybe the Raptor. Yeah, we'll definitely bring Plummet back in, though. And Overcome. Overcome is a game plan, though. Overcome is a game plan. Shaman. I guess the Shaman can come back out. It trades off, though. Blood Burglar seems whatever. Maybe cut one skeleton just to have more oomph. You know, oomph. Alright, we haven't cut a single skeleton. Let's try it for the final game. Alright, final game. My opponent sideboarded for a very long time. This is a functional hand. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have their 2-drop Accelerant here. If they do, then I don't get any free damage early on and don't get to threaten them too much. Mammoth Spider seems like it's a good blocker in this matchup. Alright, let's see. Do you have the Leafkin Druid again? Like, this card just so mediocre and all my opponent's cards are so good. Okay, I get the freebie 2 damage, though. I like that. And I get to drop a Gift of Paradise. So if I draw a land, I can just play a Mammoth Spider next turn. If not, I'll just play a Naked Pattern Matcher, like I said. No Accelerant is good news for us, though. Cloudkin's here, not so much. Thrash and Bronodon too. Like, where do you get your cards from, man? Who is your source? Could dig for a land here with the Blade Brand and the Burglar's not getting any better, or I could just play Pattern Matcher, which also isn't very good here. Just gonna attack in Blade Brand. No, my opponent might not block. I'll just play Ferocious Pup in that case. Pup into Pattern Matcher is fine. I just really want to hit land drops here. My opponent's got a decision to be made. We did not hit a land. So empty board and passing back to an opponent with a bunch of 4/3 tramplers. That feels good. Play a flyer, play a flyer, play a flyer. Play something plummetable. Do it, opponent. Opponent. Probably playing Gravedigger next turn, though. Loman Shaman. Oh. So is this the first opponent who's going to target my stuff? No. What? Did you not see me play Gravediggers? Dang. All right. So bricking on the stuff again. On the lands. 3 lands in play. Opponent's going to start. I guess Boreal Elemental wouldn't be that bad. Because I can plummet that. Wolfkin Bond, that's kind of nasty, though. Not like super nasty, just kind of like nasty. Play Pattern Matcher here and just not draw lands. I feel like I can keep up if I draw lands, but you have to actually draw lands to do that. Go get another Gravedigger and pass the turn. Probably just single block in this Wolf with Pattern Matcher if they attack. If they double block with Loman Shaman, then sure, I guess I block and See if they have some sort of trick, and then I have nothing on board. I'm at 22, so that's something. I'm going for it. Gets a threat off board. See what their next threat is. Air Elemental. Okay, well, we're going to have a decent turn at least of Plummet into Ferocious Pup. They did not keep up Unsummoned, so that's something as well. Just kill that while they don't have a way to protect it. Into Pupperino. Pepperoni. Alright, well, we're doing fine here. Opponent was 6 mana, 4 cards. 7 mana, 3 cards. Another Loman Shaman. So they're trying to loop their Loman Shamans to just have a bunch of good card draw, I assume, is the idea. It's not a bad strategy. It's uncommon. Thankfully, they don't have a lot of raw card advantage. Yeah. Oh, I guess Overcome. Yeah, I'm at 20. I can go down to 20. I do want my Overcome to be good, though. I also want to draw some freaking lands. I'm going to save Gravedigger till I can do 2 things in the same turn. And I'm going to attack them with the Wolf now. Get messed up by a Frostlynx. Really? Trade Scuttlemutt? Okay. So they must be really scared of Overcome, I guess. Risen Reef is incredible here. More incredible than I'd like. Jesus, into another Elemental. I need to kill Risen Reef right away if I get the chance. That's how they just beat me here. Let's see. If I attack with Mammoth Spider, they can go block, block. Did draw a land. Do want to kind of go Gravedigger, back my Gravedigger, though. So I kind of want to go Gravedigger plus Blood Burglar this turn. If I attack with this, they go block, block, and trade. I think I'm just going to play out a longer game here and hope they just don't draw an infinite slew of elementals. I could get Pattern Matcher as well to go get another Gravedigger from my deck. Although this Gravedigger can get back Pattern Matcher. Let's burgle some blood. And you're up, opponent. Risen Reef is just absurd here because it's going to draw them extra cards and Jesus, look, they're just drawing 2 cards for 3 mana here and add into the board. And every time they don't reveal a land, they're drawing spells, and I don't know. I think I was feeling really good about this, and then they drew this thing. They play a 7/7 and cantrip. This card is too good for an uncommon. I get it's a 1/1, but come on. Like, what in the world? Bone Splinters was a good draw. So I think we go Bone Splinters to kill Vorse Claw. It's tempting to kill this thing. That gives us a reasonable attack here. They're going to try to loop their Loman Shaman still. And then I can play Gravedigger post-combat. They don't know... Oh, they do know about the second Gravedigger. That's fine. So let's go ahead and kill Vorse Claw here. Attack with everything. If they double block... They're not going to block with Risen Reef. They double block Spider. Single block one of these. Just try to keep the pressure on here. And then I'll play Gravedigger and get back whatever seems like the best thing to get back. Pattern Matcher, maybe? I don't know. I feel like they're going to double block Mammoth Spider, but I'm not 100% sure. Definitely not like that, though. Okay, getting the big hit-in's actually kind of nice. Let's go in Gravedigger here. Get back Pattern Matcher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could get back Pup, but I'm going to get back the Matcher. And we'll pass. So land would be really good. It lets me add 2 more bodies to the board. I'm going to kill my Spider, maybe? Remember, our opponent could just draw that Hydra at any point and fight off one of my creatures, and then I'm dead. Risen Reef pulled a lot of weight. So did these Loman Shaman. Having 2 of these is decent. On its own, it's a pretty mediocre card, but having 2 means that you can keep looping them, trading them off. Yeah, they drew their stupid Hydra. They're going to double it? No, they're going to fight the Spider, but this is still an 8-9 trample. Okay, I'm going to eat Risen Reef here. And I need to draw another Bone Splinters right now. I did not. I guess Meteor Golem isn't out here. Blade Brand, I think I already used, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go Pattern Matcher. Go get another Gravedigger. Play Netcaster Spider. Pass the turn. Take 8 from this stupid Hydra. Plus they have 3 cards in hand, so I think this is GG. Not this turn, but probably next turn. Frostlinks, a Woodland Champion. Sure, 2/2. If I can kill Hydra, this game can go on a little bit longer, but if I can't, then this game will not go on longer. It'll go on probably one more turn. Gonna kill my Spider. Wolfkin Bond. That's egregious. I don't think I would put that on the... I guess I'd put it on the Hydra. Makes sense. Yeah, I need to draw an answer for this basically right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't even block the Hydra. Can't even, like, threaten to do some sort of nonsense block. I'm going to block their Loman Shaman. Their last card in hand might be the other Loman Shaman. It's not. Siphon. Okay, Siphon does something. Siphon to face. Fortunately, I just don't have enough mana here. I'm going to have to chump this even with Siphon. So if I Siphon this, I can attack with 2 of my creatures. And then I chump this. Basically can't even block. Alright, Siphon your 3/3. Maybe the 2/1 flyer is the right thing there. Attack with probably just Pattern Matcher, I assume. Yeah, it's the only thing that can even get through the 0/3. Yep, opponent takes it, and then I'll Soul Salvage just to use my mana up, get back Gravedigger and a Pup. If this thing didn't have Trample, this wouldn't be a problem, but alas, it has Trample. Frostlinks, tap down. Spider, Silverback Shaman, sure. It's another big threat into another Druid. Well, at least that's not a threat. I don't know how I'm coming through this, though. So, block here. Block here. Opponent's giving me the GG. Yeah, I should have left one more blocker back because they can kill here. And I am at 10. If I block there, I take 10 anyway. So I hate when people GG when they win. I don't mind it if you're losing. Then you GG. Like, hey, we had a good game. When you do it with your win, it comes off as arrogant. Even though my opponent might have just been saying, hey, we had a good game. And we did. The Risen Reef, yeah, I think Risen Reef won that game. It drew them like 3 or 4 extra cards when they were basically on nothing, and I was looking decent there. I didn't have a lot of lands, but it's fine. Again, I didn't deserve a lot of these wins. My opponents just scooped for some reason. But so video's going along, so we'll open up our packs here and we'll call it a day. I just keep ending up in green-black decks, and then my opponents have insane decks like that one we just played against. Also, the first deck we played of the day with the Vivian and the Night Pack Ambusher, pretty bizarre. Plus 2 mono green decks? That's really bizarre, right? How did that happen? Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. My name's Timothy with Mana Rocks. Thanks for joining me today. I know this video is super long, and I'm probably not talking to anyone at this point, but if you're still here, thank you, because there's a lot of Magic content out there, and you're watching my channel, and you're also watching the end of a 3-hour video for some reason. Elvish Reclaimer underperformed a little, but we didn't have fancy lands to fetch up. and a Thunderkin Awakener. All right, that'll do it for our second draft of this set. We did a lot better this time, whether we deserved it or not. We don't need to talk about that. And thanks for joining me. So, as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you would have done differently if I missed something. Yada, yada, yada. All that good stuff. And find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. See you next time.